Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's Friday again, and I just said to Leigh-Ann now, it's the end of August, and then before you know it, it's going to be December. That's how these things work. But with this one show a week thing, I'm so excited when it comes to Friday. I'm like, yay, I can't wait to do the show, which is, look, I never hated doing the show. Otherwise, I would have probably stopped doing it a lot earlier. But that's not the reason we stopped doing the others. And now I'm so excited about this one show a week that it's like, yay, I can't wait to get in here.
So nice because I don't have to shower for a full week. I'm kidding.
You disgusting woman. What's wrong with you?
That was like COVID days. A lot of us skipped shower days.
Do you really?
During COVID.
But why? Were you trying to save water? Were you just lazy? You just couldn't give it a shit?
Not trying to save water. Just because you're not outside and germy and active and...
That is revolting. Like, I mean, listen,
I still feel clean from this morning. I'm just going to get into my pajamas.
I am horrified. Just please, this is our poll for the morning. What's the minimum amount of washing you can do? Let's put it this way. Let's say, what is the minimum number of showers you think is acceptable in a week? And let's see what people think. Because I'm at least once a day shower. At least.
I would say you can get away with 6.
But to me, it's part of like how I wake up in the morning. If I haven't had a shower, I can't just get out of bed and go about my daily business as if, you still got that sleepiness all over you.
But sometimes you get caught up in things. So you'll
like
wake up, walk the dog, go to the park. Then you're like, I might as well go to the nursery now while I'm sweaty and buy the plants that I wanted to. I might as well do the gardening now. And then you only end up showering that afternoon.
These things sure, but this sounds like Hausfrau type problems. Like Hausfrau who has the whole day and she can plan it any way she wants.
Well,
and don't say that that's what I've become now just because I have the show on a Friday.
No, you called me a Hausfrau.
I mean, I've never called you a Hausfrau. You're a hardworking woman. You're a girl boss. I've actually had a really busy week despite not doing the show Mondays and Wednesdays now as well. And there was someone in the comments who said, I suddenly realized why Gareth moved the whole thing to one show a week. He didn't want us to wish him a happy birthday, Oryx head. So I had a great birthday.
Like you would have shifted the whole thing.
I might have.
Just for one birthday.
I am that petty and stupid. You know that.
I think I messaged you to say, I know you're having a wonderful day. No, I said it's your favorite day.
Yeah, I mean,
So did you end up doing anything like with your family?
I just went out with the family. In fact, my brother and sister-in-law and the boys were away, so they weren't around anyway. They go on more holidays than any other people on earth.
Good for them.
I know dollar billionaires who do not have as many holidays as my brother and sister-in-law do.
Are they clever about the way they do it?
I don't know I don't know.
Days off and things.
But if anybody thinks they've got more holidays than them, I'd love to hear from you. They do at least one a month. And sometimes they manage to squeeze in more than one a month. I don't know how they do it. I mean, obviously my brother's really good at his job. I mean, he's by far smarter than me. So he clearly gets done in a day what it takes me 3 to do.
Oh.
But then he and his wife decide, we've got to go away. Or they plan like through the year. I don't know how it works, whether it's a spur of the moment thing, but I can't imagine it is. And they've got like a rigorous routine of holidays. I mean, it's like to anyone else, most of us get one big holiday a year. If you're really lucky, maybe you get 2 or 3. These fuckers, 12.
Sure.
Minimum. We counted last year.
I mean, they're kids and
anyway,
school.
But I digress. Yeah. So the rest of us who were left here, we all just went out for a really nice dinner on Tuesday. And it was just awesome. It was lovely. Good food, fun company, lots of laughter. I got so many messages on Tuesday from people, which is great. Do
you still do that thing where if somebody doesn't message you for your birthday, you generally delete them out your contacts because they've probably by then you've lost contact with them?
Well, I think we all have to do a bit of housekeeping, but I don't. I'm less likely to do that for my birthday. So what I used to use that for is the only reason that I go onto Facebook anymore is because it reminds you when people's birthdays are. So I won't say I get it right every day, but most days it's the one thing that I'll do on Facebook. I'll quickly go through the birthdays, and message the people whose birthdays, not always on Facebook, because most of them I have their numbers, but it's like a useful calendar, right? And you'd be surprised at how many people say to me, oh, wow, you never forget. It's so nice of you. And I don't mind doing that. It's a little thing. But if I notice that I've sent happy birthdays to someone
that was it.
3 times, in other words, for 3 years I've said happy birthday, and it's like, happy birthday, birthday, birthday. And nothing's fucking happened. Then I'm like, all right, well, then I remove them from there. I don't delete their number or get all like stroppy about it.
Yeah.
I just go, okay, well, clearly this person, it's not worth making an effort with them if over 3 years. I mean, look, if you were in a coma and they kept you on machines for a year,
I'd forgive that person.
I'd be like, you're right. You got a little bit of an excuse. If you're just absent-minded and you're not particularly, you skip every second year or whatever.
And that birthdays aren't a
And I
big
don't want
thing.
you to go thank you or anything. It's just like if I look at the fact that I've sent you a happy birthday and 2 years have passed and I haven't heard from you on any platform or device or WhatsApp or whatever, I'm like, well, okay. Is this person really worth even expending that little bit of energy on? It's not an effort to say happy birthday to people. And that's why I appreciate it when I reply to every single one of those. I don't think I've ever not. And that can be arduous, and I'm certainly not complaining. Some people have real problems. Some people work in the salt mines. Some people, some people are busy in the International Space Station at the moment, floating around, peeing in a bag.
Trying to
that kind
catch their urine.
Yeah, all that kind of shit. So I don't feel hard done by. In fact, the more people that message me, and I'm always genuinely happy to hear from them. I mean, it's like the one thing that kind of makes the birthday special is that all of these people who ordinarily you would hear from on different days, they all suddenly message you on Monday. So I went to sleep with a big smile on my face on Tuesday, just because you feel good. And I'm over the fact that, like, how old am I, and that it's a number, and do I feel old or young or whatever. I could care less. I mean, like, you get to a point where you just stop counting, right?
No. Yeah, that's what I like about getting older. That's what I'm enjoying. Like, I went to the dermatologist yesterday, and I haven't been in a while, just for like an overall checkup. And she
What
said,
did they say?
She said, you've got very good skin, meaning, when people say that, they mean your face skin. But she meant my organ. My skin.
As in you don't have like cancerous growths all over you and that sort of shit.
So I was pleased she zapped a few things that were like
using a laser.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have moles? Leigh-Ann moles.
I do have, there was a bit of derm humor going on because I said to her,
moles.
I was born a boil. I married a mole, and now I'm looking for a cyst.
Oh my God.
She loved that lolsies.
Yeah, and I'm sure she never hears enough dermatological humor.
But just talking about getting older. At one point, we were lifting the bra to find the skin tags, and I was just like, she goes, "Do you mind?" I said, "No, not at all." Off it came.
Yeah, you just don't give a shit anymore.
No, it's a lovely feeling.
You speak about skin tags. I've always thought those are the grossest things, and then I had a little one. Nah, being a parent changes everything.
You had a little one.
I was showering the one day and I was like, the fuck is that? And it was like this little, initially I thought it was just like
a little pimple or a little something.
So I thought, okay, well, that's horrible and that's bizarre. I'm just going to pretend it's not carry on showering. By the way, the votes are coming in for the showers, the minimum number of showers. Most people, 71% of people are like, you got to have 7 showers a week, which means one a day, right? I mean, I don't think people are doing
there an option
4 on a Monday.
Was anyone saying more than?
Yes.
Yes.
No, all our options were less.
Okay.
So we've said 5, 3.5, 1.
Oh, 1.
Yeah. Well, the 6% of people who voted for 1, you are revolting.
Yes, you are what?
Slovenly. Yeah, slovenly, dirty peasant. Anyway, so I saw the skin tag, right? So I'm like, fuck, I suppose I've got to make an appointment now. Because you worry. You always think, oh, my God, it's definitely cancer.
Yeah, you do, but...
So then I left it for like another week. And then suddenly it was gone.
Oh.
But I was thinking when I went to sleep the one night, I was like, oh, God, it's got its own blood supply. It's got its own brain growing.
Maybe you
It's going
scratched
to be
it off in your sleep.
maybe, I don't know, but I mean, there was no bleeding or anything weird. It just kind of did its thing and went where it came. I don't know where it's gone. It's gone. It's great. I love it.
But it's a good feeling to go and.
I wasn't that attached to it, is what I mean.
It was attached to
It
you.
was attached to me, which is like the story of my
not
life.
me, it's
These
you.
other people get attached to me, and then I just kind of move on, and that's how it works.
It's a good feeling though after you've had the all clear, because you worry about these things sometimes. You might scratch a mole and then you think, oh, not supposed to touch that.
I did a couple of like traditional birthday week things. So and this is so boring, but I mean, I've done it. I've been pretty good about it.
Did you have a check?
Yeah, no, I didn't do the prostate check, although they're telling me, the fuckers from the medical aid keep telling me, you've got to go for this prostate screening.
It's the blood test you can do now, right? Though.
I know. So I did that, a year or 2 years ago or whatever, and it's fine. And, I did the HIV test this week on Discovery and all that stuff. I go around my birthday every year just to make sure all the things are working and the plane is serviceable and, you can fly long distances and all that shit. So I did, blood glucose, blood pressure, all of that shit.
I'm doing all of that on Monday.
Look at us. We used to talk about where we were going out for like a party or something. Now we're like, what are your latest
which
health...
strip club we'd end up at.
Yeah, which strip club we'd end up in. Now we're like, you're also going for your health checkup this week. How exciting. But yeah, I did it all. It came out with pretty much flying colours.
Good.
Yeah, I'm in good nick. I'm happy. Cheers to that. So,
Cheers to that.
And thank you to everybody who did send messages. It's nice. What can I say? It's nice when people actually want to say happy birthday to you, as opposed to like, fuck off.
Very good. Did you, talking about NASA and astronauts peeing everywhere or into their sack, did you see that? It was a TikTok video for me, but it was like a summary of what happened years ago with NASA when they first developed the wee bag. I don't know what it's called for men.
It's obviously early for lavatorial things like this, but go on.
In those days, it was only men in space, right? So they created these bags, but they realized that in order to make the seal tight, they needed to know your size.
Oh, right.
So they sent out a notice saying, please choose small, medium, or large.
Right.
Of course, what did everyone choose?
Everyone chose large, and then there were leaks.
There were leaks. So what did they do? They changed the names of them to large, huge, and enormous. And everyone took large.
Well, doesn't that tell you all about men? What did they do with the girls?
How there weren't ladies in space then.
No, but how do they do it now? How do they make this? How do they seal it?
You could probably wear something that's tight and absorptive, like a nappy, I suppose.
Or like an oxygen mask, but just for there.
Maybe. Or like a sheepy, which goes into a bag.
Those things are... And then some women use a sheepy and then they put them back in their bag.
Yeah, I've never used one. I can't say.
Let me tell you, if I make the mistake of accidentally pissing on my hand or pissing on the seat, guys, tell me if I'm weird about this. Not that you two would know. You're both weird as fuck anyway. So, I mean... if I even pee on I get like grossed out completely.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I almost don't finish peeing. I get to the basin so quickly to wash my hands. I find my own pee is absolutely revolting. I mean, it's just so gross to me that stuff came out of me. Know what I mean?
Yeah. I just don't want to be in a situation
if you had a sheepy
where I need one, no.
No, but if you were a woman who used a sheepy all the time, like let's just say that's your thing, and there probably are like some women who swear by it.
Living out in the forest?
I don't know. Maybe you just don't like public bathrooms and you'd rather...
You still have to use... What? Am I standing on the side of the road?
No, man, you still get... But you don't want to make contact with any surfaces, for example.
Like like sitting down?
No, you're not... What's wrong with you? You who shower once a week and you just pee everywhere you... What's wrong? You're just gross. Anyway... So you use a sheepy as a woman who uses these things, and then what do you just put it in maybe a little sandwich bag, and then back in your suitcase, and
yeah, that would bother me.
Yeah, ugh.
I'll just use the lavatory. Thanks.
So gross. Yeah. You just, pee is so gross. Just revolting. People tell me it's sterile, but it isn't.
I'm sure, surely not. I mean,
No, of course it's not sterile.
Something that wants out of your body.
Yeah, and it's all the stuff. So why pee is extra gross? I mean, everything's gross about the human body, right? But it's gone through, that's the stuff that comes out of your blood that your blood didn't want.
The dregs.
Kidneys went, ugh, and they pushed that stuff aside.
Yeah, and the liver.
Well, the liver's like the laboratory that makes all this stuff. Liver doesn't filter.
Oh, that's true. It doesn't flush stuff out.
Yeah, Anatomy 101 with Gareth and Leigh-Ann this morning. It's very exciting. All right, so let's look at some stuff that's going on because there's been so much happening. And obviously the biggest news in the whole world this week was...
Something about Trump.
No, worse, if there is a possibility.
Oh, our own president.
No, non-political.
A disaster.
Yeah.
That I wasn't aware
For
of.
some people, it's a disaster. For some people, it's the greatest news ever. I'm not sure what to make of it, but Taylor Swift got engaged. Come on, what's wrong with you? You're the only person in the whole world
who
who
a
doesn't...
Swiftie?
No, I'm definitely not. I mean, James, you are, right? Yes. Yeah, a massive Swiftie.
So still to that
Travis
sportsman.
Kelce, yeah, the guy who plays American football. And, I mean, these two... Listen, I think it's ridiculous that the whole world is so into this, but the Swifties are. They're massively into everything about her life. And there was a White House reporter on CBS in America who, I don't think she was this excited when she got the job as a CBS reporter for the White House.
Then announcing this.
Announcing Tay-Tay's engagement was her magnum opus. Like I think she'll be embarrassed about it in probably about 5 years' time. But you can't believe this clip. I wish I'd recorded it so I could show you this morning. But she's like, oh, my God, Taylor Swift's engaged. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. And this is a person that CBS wants to send to the White House to report on policy and, governmental issues and administrative stuff. And
should be a red flag.
I would, and they show it and they're like, and here's our reporter getting the news, as if they're even proud of it. I mean, that woman should be fired she should be an entertainment reporter, but she shouldn't be at the news desk, really. I mean, I'm saying it's news with a huge tongue in cheek, right? Because I don't actually know anything about Taylor Swift. Somehow in my life, I've had the great good fortune of missing out on most Tay-Tay information. It's just gone right past me. And I wouldn't be able to pick out Travis Kelce in a lineup.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't know who that guy was. I, honest to God, don't even know what he looks like.
We kind of left the music industry, if you want to call it that, before she became
No, she's been big for a
very,
long time.
very...
She's been a big...
No, but now she's like royalty, the way if a news presenter's getting excited.
Oh, you got it? Okay, yeah, because that video, people got to see that. All right. Anyway, the point is, Leigh-Ann, there are some people who are very, very angry about Taylor Swift not being the single girl boss anymore.
Oh, I was wondering about that.
It's like angry feminist America is particularly let down by her because she's subscribing to the heterosexual...
and also the traditional...
paternal kind of,
marriage.
trad wife stuff because now she's going to marry this guy and she's just a girl and he's just a guy, right? And they're normal. And, oh, wow, look at James. Jesus, why did you come up on screen? That frightened the people. Oh, okay. Well, don't do that to people. Don't, especially not early on a Friday morning. They'll have a heart attack. So there are people who are very cross about this. And then there are people who think that this is like an example of how people should behave. And they want everyone to now do this. So they're hoping that Taylor Swift and these are more people on the conservative right.
I want to be like Taylor Swift. And
they're hoping that other girls who've been, single and sleeping around like Taylor used to talk about in her songs, that they'll look at this and go, oh, okay, that's a route to happiness. And then they'll settle down and have 3 children and, become trad wives themselves. So, I mean, I don't have a dog in this fight at all. I'm not really that interested in whether or not their marriage works out. I don't care.
No.
So it was not news to me, but for some people, it was the most important news in the whole world. And I'm horrified that you didn't even bring it up yourself. I had to bring it up.
I did not know.
No, it's unbelievable, though. All right, and then there are a couple other stories that are in the news. I saw that the Smolanyana parties, the good party, which is Patricia de Lille, Songezo Zibi, which is whatever it is.
It was the one with like a sun or
stupid
yellow.
shit. Yeah, what? Arise Mazanzi or whatever the fuck it is. That is the dumb. And by the way, if you voted for them, you should be. That is like asking people to come around to your house and you offer them soup and there's a turd in the soup. That's how bad. That is embarrassing. Like if you voted for Rise Mazanzi, you need. And I'm saying it like that on purpose, right?
Emma Mazanzi.
Yeah, because there were no black people who voted for them except Songezo Zibi. Maybe Lindiwe Mazibuko. But I otherwise there was no one. Like it was all just white liberals who want to feel good because they didn't vote for the DA. That's what they do. It's like I'm better than those whites, those other whites, because I voted for Rise Mazanzi. You will meet women of a certain age who will tell you that. With a straight face, like they're genuinely proud of themselves. Songezo Zibi is just he's my favorite. Those are the only people you'll ever meet who would have voted for that party. And they're all in expensive suburbs. You know where they did well? Around all the public schools. Private schools, sorry.
Yeah, the private, yeah.
They didn't do well anywhere else. No one else in South Africa even knew they existed. So there's them, Patricia de Lille. I can't believe she's still in politics. I mean, who's voting for her? I mean, her color of her party's orange. It's orange.
There weren't any other colors left.
Yeah, I mean, really. And then, who's the other? Bossa, Musi Mamani. So his party, and the three of these three brain scientists got together, Songezo and Patricia and Musi. And they got together around the table and they were like, well, we have no hope in hell of getting we'll probably never get our seats next time we have the elections. The municipal elections are coming up probably end of next year. So they got together and they decided they'd throw in their lot with each other.
Oh,
so
boy. What have we got?
I don't know, but if you try to put the acronyms together, I just can't get it to happen, right? So you got Arisms, I can never remember what they are, Bossa, and Good. So Rise, Bossa, Good, they're all 4 letters. I think they should go with a fuck around party.
Remember we had the Kiss party at one point?
Yes, keep it straight and simple. That was in the 1994 elections, and then they also disappeared.
Yes.
But these guys will go the same way. I mean, I can see them all outside of Louis Botha Avenue in Joburg with pencils in a cup. As you drive up to the robot, they're like, want a pencil?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, that's what you should be doing. Your politics, your brand of politics. Because they all thought they were in, like, this is going to be a great year. The ANC's doing so badly. Of course, the people who voted for the ANC are going to vote for us. No,
So they probably have renewed hope now. Again.
They'll probably call themselves Renewed Hope.
Renewed Hope.
There we go. That's why you're in marketing and advertising. You're a branding expert, Leigh-Ann Mole. And we've got to talk about this. I don't know if you even know the brand exists, but Cracker Barrel in America. Have you ever heard of them?
No, but I mean, the name doesn't surprise me.
Okay, so I'll tell you about that later. But first, let me show you this clip of this news reporter going crazy about Tay-Tay. Have you got that for us? Okay, watch this. This is so embarrassing.
Taylor Swift is engaged. Taylor Swift is engaged. Taylor Swift is engaged. Come back to me. She just posted it. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, it's huge. The ring is ginormous. This is so exciting. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, it's on her Instagram. It's on her Instagram. It's on her Instagram. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. I feel like Paul Revere right now. Like This is a very exciting moment for me in my professional career because I get to announce that Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. As you're talking to Joe Lang, our lovely producer Gabby Ake texted me and said Taylor Swift's engaged, and you can see it right there on her social media. She put it up in that post that they got engaged with the caption, "Your English teacher and your gym teacher are getting married," with a little dynamite sign there. So very exciting here that we get to...
That is terrible.
Right? It's bad, right? Someone sent that to me and I almost threw up on my phone. Not because of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. Great if you like them and you're a fan of this.
No, it's her reaction.
That chick is so dumb. That news reporter should be taken out of her job. She really should be fired. I mean, the fact that
a very exciting part of my career.
I mean, she said it's the highlight of her career.
The highlight of her career. The highlight.
She said she feels like Paul Revere.
Yes.
He's the guy who rode through the night to warn
I'm
the
surprised
American...
she knew about him, to be honest.
Well, I don't think she did. I think she's maybe in the back of her head. Anyway, he was the guy who rode through the night.
He rode
to warn...
all night.
That's him, yeah. In fact, I think they wrote that about him. Yeah. I bet you think this song is about him.
Yes.
So anyway, he was on his way to warn the American revolutionaries about the British who were marching towards Washington. Well, at that stage, Philadelphia. So not even fair to say Washington. But that was Paul Revere. She reckons that's the contribution she made by telling us what Taylor Swift had already told us. More people are following Taylor Swift than her newscast anyway. So I don't know. People are so self-absorbed.
Well, I don't even know if that's self-absorption.
No, it is, because that's her projecting
wrongfully placed admiration.
No, it's fine if you admire Taylor Swift. I don't have a problem with people who like Taylor Swift.
But
I have a problem
if you're
with
putting that on the scale of your journalistic career.
Honey, what's your job? All right, your job is to tell us the news. You're actually standing outside the White House while you're telling us this. It's like important shit going on in the world. Just save your excitement over Tay-Tay until after your fucking work on the camera. Just hold. No one's tuning in to CBS News to hear about that. And if they are a Taylor fan, they've probably got notifications on, and they're going, "Oh, she just posted. This is so exciting."
But she did show her phone up to the screen, and it was blank. I couldn't see anything on it.
I think she had something on there. It's probably got that screen protector stuff on. All right, so the final votes are in on showers.
Yes.
7.
Definitely 7.
70% of people say you got to have one a day. And then 14% of people said 5 times a week is acceptable. 10% of people said 3.5 times a week. And then gross people, 7%, said 1 day. You only have to shower once a week, according to those people. Now, I mean, I don't know if those people
It makes me itchy.
Yeah, I actually, yeah, exactly. I just feel like it's part of your waking up, and even if you're particularly pedantic, when you go to sleep at night. I mean, look, I'm not going to get into bed straight after gym, for example.
Yeah.
But otherwise, if I've had a shower that morning and I haven't been doing like vigorous exercise, then I probably wouldn't shower at night. If I've been out drinking or whatever, then I absolutely will.
Yeah, you've got to wash the party off of you.
You just you wake up feeling a little bit better if you've actually had a wash the night before. What I don't get is people who have a bath in the morning. Who has the time for a bath in the morning? You have to be a princess. There's just no one. Only princesses can have baths in the morning. Who else does that?
Yeah, I don't like bathing in general.
I don't like bathing either. But let's imagine you're into it. It's like you're one of those people who likes like Cleopatra. You like to luxuriate in the bath.
You have the candles, your glass of wine,
foam,
your book,
all that shit. Yeah, you're one of those chicks.
Bomb.
You're watching Taylor Swift's live stream as she gets engaged. Whatever. I don't get how you can do that in the morning. There's no time for that.
I know men like to have a good bath after when I say men, that was actually very sexist of me.
No, go ahead.
I'm remembering back to my childhood.
This is the one show you're allowed to be very sexist on. Just
how
by
my
the
dad,
way.
after he'd taken a big tumble on the racetrack or whatever when he was cycling, he would have a bath in mercurochrome.
Oh, shit.
Just to kind of
Did
get
that
everything.
stay in the whole bath?
No. Didn't stay in it. And that was the stuff that burnt as well, so you'd hear the noises.
Yeah. Don't worry. If you feel like you're missing out next week, we'll be talking about trimming your pubic hairs.
Next week?
Yeah, next week, yeah.
I'm so glad you told me now.
No, well, all we've done this morning is talk about Taylor Swift and like our personal
Skin
habits.
tags.
Yeah, there's skin tags and peeing and ugh. All right, so let's take a look. Common Sense said this once a week is cuck, man. Get over it. That one person for one shower a week should work for Denny Mushrooms. Mushroom farms are smelly, aren't they? But have you
They're
noticed?
supposed to be. They're grown in manure. In
correct.
Something with an S. Can't remember.
Well, it's compost manure,
Yeah.
that kind of shit. Shit. Yes, that's the word you were looking for.
But
yes, shit.
it's clean shits.
Only bath after like 5 to 10 multi-day hike. It really gets those dirty areas clean,
Oh,
like nails.
no.
Yeah, I mean, I do maybe have some sympathy for people who like to have a bath in winter if it's super, super cold at night before they get into bed.
And it does help with aches
But only
and
girls.
pains.
I have no... If you're a man and you take baths, I'm
You're not
judging.
into that.
I'm judging you. Flex, James, ever had a bath? Luxurious bath?
A luxurious
Well,
bath.
I mean, when last did you have a bath?
2 days ago.
2 days
actually.
ago. So you're a bather.
No, I just decided for the vibes.
Okay, for
actually.
the vibes.
No.
Flex, do you ever do that?
No, I only take
Yeah,
showers.
showers. That's right. The manly thing to do.
In fact, I remember I did used to have kind of luxury baths,
Oh, did you?
but I would shower first.
Oh.
Yeah.
Now that truly is luxury. Yes, you want to wash off all the stuff.
Yes, and then lie in the
Because
whatever you want to
you
soak
work
into
on
your
the
body.
mushroom farm during the day. And
I
then
have to wash off the manure.
Then you get home and you have your shower, your
Scrub
bath
under
after
my
your shower.
nails.
Yeah. All right. So Mapello says, imagine if Taylor Swift got engaged to Elon Musk, we would see the biggest internet breakdown of the century, bigger than Donald Trump winning the elections. Well, she has hundreds of millions of followers, right? So nobody in the media needs to worry that the Taylor Swift fans haven't heard the news. Like they knew before you did. They knew before any of us did. The Taylor Swift fans have got that shit on notifications. I mean, these are people who go to all of her concerts.
They follow her.
They sing
Yeah.
they know every lyric to every song.
Yeah.
I've never understood that for anything.
And a lot of older women too, because of
Yeah.
their daughters. They go on these
old
trips
bags
together.
Old bags who like accompany their daughters couldn't wait to get rid of them, but they're like, I'm going to come with you to the Taylor Swift concert. They're like, no, Mom, it's all right. I don't need you there. No, but since your dad left me, I've got to go along with you to Taylor Swift, then I can be a single gal too.
Yeah, and then they plan their outfits and they sew their dresses.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
the
yeah.
Oh gosh, no
Matchy,
thanks.
matchy.
Not for me.
All right, well, when James's mic is on, there is a massive echo of Gareth and Leigh-Ann talking. Please fix, Mr. Producer. They've got such a shit microphone in there, you have no idea. I told them to get an old piece of crap out of one of the boxes that no one's looked at since we bought equipment, I don't know, 11 years ago or whatever. So don't expect it to improve. We'll keep it to a minimum. How about that? That's a good deal. So thank you, Traveling Ninja Turtle. Rebellious Ruth says, my new home I bought has a long, uncomfortable bath, so I'm going to have a bath and smoothed out. Have a bath built and smoothed out, sorry. Okay, so she doesn't have a bath.
See, do you understand why a long bath is uncomfortable?
Well, you have nothing to press against.
Exactly.
So
It's
you
the
keep
thing
slipping
stopping
under
you
and
from
you'll
sliding down.
You'll
or
have a
your
Whitney
feet
Houston and
touching
you'll drown in the bath like
You'll
she
have
did.
a Whitney Houston moment.
Right.
Yeah.
I had a Whitney Houston song stuck in my head this week because it came up. I was scrolling on Instagram and that fucking song. Now it's going to get back into my head again.
No, so don't say it.
No, man. I'm going to
Save
have
us.
to now. I'm going to have to. It's going to, yeah, don't make me close one more door. I don't want to
yes.
hurt anymore. I don't know how. It climbed into my head and I just could not get it out. Now it's back. Thank you. I'm blaming you.
Blaming me.
Gareth, they're empty vessels, the Swifties. Taylor is a high-ranking witch. Okay, well, that would explain it. I don't think she's a witch. I don't think Taylor Swift has got like some Machiavellian plan to ruin young women, or that she's now the poster girl for, wifely kind of demure behavior. I just think she's a pop star. I do think, though, if we're going to analyze this, and this is the only analysis I'm capable of when it comes to this topic, because I really haven't thought about it enough. Right now, it occurred to me that if Taylor Swift had carried on being the breakup girl, the girl who writes songs about, because we always used to tease her, that was always the thing. If she carried on being the girl who wrote songs about the exes, it would have been tired after a while. Like if you're still sleeping around and unable to get a boyfriend. I mean, there were two major memes about Taylor Swift in the time where she was just starting. The one was that she had a new boyfriend every week and was writing about, like, it was never her fault, right? And then the other thing was that she flew her jet everywhere. Those are the only two things I know. But you've got to eventually graduate out of those things. And this is part of what I think all of us have to realize is, like, people change. I got a weird email from a guy who, his name is Sia. He's been listening to us for, I don't know, like 15 years or whatever. And he was like taking me on about how I've changed my opinion on things over 15 years. And instead of just saying, fuck you, and deleting the email, which is what the old me would have done, and then he would have had no point to prove, I replied to him and I was like, actually, change is important.
Yeah.
And people changing their mind, particularly when new information comes up, is an important sign of, like, being a mature, sensible person. And we had a nice interaction over a course of like 3 or 4 days. But the old me would have just deleted that,
but it shows
or
you then
said something rude.
That
you've got to change.
It's not a character that you're playing.
No,
it's your life.
It's a real person. And I think that's true for Taylor Swift, to go back to her, because that's why it came up as a topic, right? As a part of the discussion this morning, is that people have got to get comfortable with the fact that she's not going to always be what you need her to be. And it is important. I think that this could be a lifeline to her career. Not that she needs it. She's probably the most successful pop star in the world. But for her to advance and develop to the next level of things, becoming a mom and a wife is probably a whole chapter that will make her relevant for the next 20 years.
Yeah.
Whereas if she carries on being this single, like, I don't need a guy, I sleep around, I break up, I make up, romantic, sort of dumb drivel, that can't carry on. She's got to carry on somewhere else. And that's what's smart about this.
Yeah.
It's an evolution, right? Same could happen for any of us.
Exactly.
Whatever you do for a living, you've got to keep evolving. This is so important.
And where that may have brought her together with someone, in many other cases, especially if you've had a high school sweetheart or whatever, when the time comes for your personality to change and for you to develop, that's sometimes when you grow apart.
And that's also when you let go of people that you have no feelings for anymore, right? I mean, I honestly don't have any regrets about relationships I've had, but it takes time and it takes evolution. So stop the presses. All of that is completely unnecessary, and we don't need to talk about it ever again. According to Durban Dope, he wants to know, I assume it's a he because listen to the subject matter. Let's debate the toilet paper or no toilet paper in squat down Islamic-style toilets with a jug of water and a nail brush. Which is better?
I don't know. I mean,
go,
I
Leigh-Ann,
went
you go first.
to Bali recently, and there were the options of the standing toilet things for
The
women.
squat one. Standing?
The not sitting.
Standing, you're just like that old lady in Little Britain who just pees everywhere. What do you mean?
A she pee.
So squatting or
normal.
Or normal toilet.
Like when I say normal, that's also not probably the right
which
term.
one did you use? No, of course. Don't be politically correct. That's normal. That's a toilet. That is a civilized way to empty yourself.
There's no. I mean, I had just had a hip replaced. I couldn't squat if I tried.
Don't tell me that. Listen, I think those pit toilets or whatever they are. It's a pit toilet, right? It's a hole. It's just a hole in the ground, and then you Supposed to what? Squat or pee into that? I don't know how it works. That's not a civilized way to behave.
I don't think so.
And then what?
I mean,
you take the spray and you like spray there've
been times where like I said, I don't ever want to be in those positions where I need a sheepy, but I have been in positions where I've been in the bush and I needed to go.
Oh, but that's different.
But
okay, so that's also uncivilized, but you're in the bush.
No, what I'm saying is you need to squat. And it's really messy when you do that.
I hadn't thought of that. It's not something I've done a lot.
It's very splashy. Not good.
No, that's your diet.
No, everyone's wee is splashy.
Oh, I thought you meant
no, I'm just talking about.
Right. Okay. Well, you come to this show for this kind of honest discussion. Where are you going to get it? Elsewhere? I don't think so. I don't think that this is being discussed on, God knows, ENCA or whatever it is. All right, so let's go. I am totally against the Turkish toilet, says Monica. You see, these are our people. If you ever tear your shirt right before a job interview, what you need is Taylor Swift. Swift Taylor. All right, very good. I experienced it in China, standing toilet with no toilet paper. I squeezed and went to go and buy tissues because I'm civil. Tissues, it's a different kind of consistency. I think that could lead to all kinds of other problems.
Well, you're not going to use just one. That's for sure.
No. I use a shit ton of it. Literally. I make a ball. I don't know am I the only one who does this?
Probably.
I make
but
a
you don't
ball.
Get I don't know if we should talk about this, but then you don't get a good enough grip. Then you've just got toilet paper sliding all over the place. There's no control.
No. It's all in the way you hold it.
No, I don't want to. I just don't want to.
Do you? I know that Flex probably takes his and folds it.
Well, you get folders and scrunchers. I'm a scruncher.
Flex said he's a folder.
I knew he'd be a folder. Because he's got to watch out. He doesn't want to hurt his vagina while he's wiping his ass. You, James, folder or a scruncher?
A buttload of toilet paper and then just scrunch it up.
I'm so horrified that.
Do you put toilet paper down into the toilet before you sit down?
Yes.
Into it?
Yes.
What for?
To control any
splashing.
Backsplash.
Yeah, I mean the idea of toilet water is
no,
even
I
more
hate it when that
appalling to me than
happens.
pee.
I hate it when that
Toilet
happens.
water is, and sometimes you get a splashback.
And then
right?
you do want to shower after that.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's enough lavatorial shit for the morning. Thank you, everybody. Because I know that our audience keep dragging us into this, right? Doing number
don't
2.
Read any more
I'm
of
not
going to
read any of these comments. I want nothing to do with your comments. All right? I've had enough. We've got some sport later on with Ben. We've also got Jennifer Sue's friend Angela Yeung, who's going to pop in and talk to us. She apparently, now I mean I believe her because I'm not the kind of person who doesn't believe people when they tell me things. But she's been up. What is Mount Everest? Mount Everest. I was going to say Kilimanjaro, but she's been up Everest, which is quite incredible. And she did it for like gender-based violence survivors, and she's incredible. She also collected bras for people.
Oh yes.
So if you ever need one, she's your girl. Yeah, and she's got this thing called the Impilo Collection Foundation. She looks at trying to uplift 1 million lives by 2035. And this is all kinds of initiatives. So she's just one of those people who really is doing phenomenal work. So,
yeah.
I mean, I've met Angela a couple of times, and I've always wondered what she does.
Is she really Jane Sue's friend?
Yeah, she's Jen's friend.
Okay, I thought you were just being.
No, no. Like the only two Chinese-looking South Africans are best friends that I know. No, they are actually friends. Jen actually.
It's I've got a Jewish friend. Maybe you know him.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what happens, right? We all do that. Oh, I have a black friend. You've got to meet him.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. The one thing people can't do is see people who look like them.
Mm-hmm.
Ridiculous. Okay, so let me just get a couple of these other things that I wanted to show you. I've got so much to show you. Oh, I saw the ugliest woman in the world.
Oh no!
In fact, have you got that picture I sent you last night, James? So she runs a shop, and I walked in, and I went, "Oh!"
So you saw her in person?
Yeah.
But did you take a photograph of her?
No, but I can show you what she looks like. Just hang on, don't put it up yet. So at dinner with my family on Tuesday for my birthday, I brought it up. I said, I saw the ugliest woman over the weekend. And they said, how ugly? My sister especially, she wants a description. So I said, well, she looked like a mix of, there were these two people that we actually know. And then I said, and this, which is Aura from the Dark Crystal. This is what she looked like, all right?
Oh, my God.
James, you wondered why I sent you that picture, right?
Oh, that's horrible.
She looked like fucking that. I'm not even joking.
Can you imagine what that thing's breath smells like?
That is how this woman... Now, imagine you walk into a shop and you're just looking to buy someone a gift and that comes out from behind the counter and goes, what do you want?
I'd literally scream like
And by
a
the
little
way, she
girl.
didn't sound like that. She sounds normal. And she looks like that, though. I'm not exaggerating.
So you didn't take an actual picture of her?
No, but
I'm so glad.
if I had, that's how it would have looked.
What type of shop was it?
I don't know, like gifts.
I mean, that one looks like it works at a crystal shop or something. And that horn's going to kind of jiggle about when it senses someone
you
dead
talk about
around
a
you.
horn, right? That thing growing out of her forehead, is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
There's a woman on your favorite show. You know that those doctors, those shows where the doctors remove like pimples
like
and shit.
Dr. Pimple Popper and things like
Listen to this. So I don't know how this came up. I don't watch TV, right? Mm-hmm. It came up on my social media. I'm nervous even to talk about this because I know my phone is listening. And then I'm going to get these. This woman went into the doctor, and the doctor was like parting her hair on the top of her head. It was a horn.
A horn.
There's no other way to describe. She was like a unicorn or a rhinoceros or something.
Yeah.
Fucking horn growing out of her head. I don't know if they had to file it down. I couldn't watch. She had a horn.
It's like a clump of hair.
And
it's the stuff that, like enamel that your nails are made of.
How does that grow
That
out of
happens
the top
to
of
people.
your head?
I promise you, those things happen. I watch enough of these things to know.
Leigh-Ann, I thought of you straight away. I want you to know. Because when I saw it, I thought, should I send this to Leigh-Ann? But then I thought you'd probably seen it already.
Yes, and I'm quite into the feet thing as well. You know that, like, when scales grow upon scales grow upon scales?
No.
And you have these big crevices that you can see into?
My God. That happens?
Yes, people have those diseases.
So put up the picture of the woman again. So I want to know how do you greet that person when you walk into the shop and she goes, hello, how can I help you?
I would I'd scream like a little girl and run away. She's got a bit going on there with the nipples, I see, which is a bit odd.
That's okay. So that's Aura from the Dark Crystal, which was a Jim Henson.
As the one comedian, he's now passed, Sean, a UK comedian.
Yeah.
Would say, he says, that's a difficult wank. Challenging wank.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so I thought I'd show you the ugliest woman. That is, I promise you, that may be a picture from the movie. That's how she looks. I almost want to take you there. We've got to go for coffee next door or something, and I've got to find a reason to take you there. You've got to see her with your own eyes.
Okay.
Yo. And she's quite confident.
Okay.
She's not like
She's
not like hiding away in
body
the shadows.
positive.
Like if I were her, I would be in the back room of the shop packing shit the whole time. I wouldn't want people to look at me.
She's probably got to the part of her life where she just doesn't care
Oh
anymore.
no, she definitely doesn't care. In fact, I think her tits are worse than that. But she's happy, hey? She's out there. She's doing her thing. Bless her. Good for her. All right. Someone said, is that what Taylor Swift looks like now? No.
Yeah, the day after you get married.
Carl says, Gareth, my mum listens to the show. Don't talk about her like this. She's still in business, says Slippery Pickle, because she's never been robbed. You wouldn't rob that woman, trust me. Grooming people, grooming. If you groom yourself, you will not grow a horn. That's what Monica Rose says. Listen, I am absolutely horrified. The fact that people then go on television.
No, so let me tell you how it
What
works.
happens? Do they pay them?
just remember, most of this is the American healthcare system or the UK healthcare system, where you've got to wait 6 years to see someone about something, your skin tag.
Okay. All right.
You've got to wait 6 months.
Oh, so it grows during the time.
And it's growing in that time. Then by the time it gets there, that dermatologist has died and you have to make a new appointment. And then you move states and it's different. And these people end up coming up. So
now, would
say
it
Dr.
keep growing if she didn't go to the doctor? It would just keep growing.
Well, not your skin tag.
She'd eventually look like that thing that the Mandalorian fights.
The horn would grow, would continue
You know
to
that
grow.
thing that the Mandalorian fights? You probably never watched that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
James and Flex will know. Mandalorian fights that thing and then he gets that made into his sigil on his armor. But it's just this monster thing with almost its whole head is the horn. That's what that woman would have looked like if it had kept growing.
And then the producers will go around asking, hey, is there anybody who would like to see one of the best dermatologists in the world to have their horns removed? And these people come out from crevices in the earth and they're like, me, with their horns. Or their extra arms. They've got lipomas that are like.
Wasn't it Borat who said that Jews have horns? I mean, it's Sacha Baron Cohen. He could get away with it, right?
Yes.
He's like.
He did. It was in that.
The Jews have the horn.
Yes.
And I mean, like, I hope that woman, whoever she was on that thing, wasn't also Jewish, because then, I mean, that's like double the pain, right? Because I can't be the one that makes the stereotype come true.
Yeah.
Ugh.
So these
horrified.
people come in with these things that have been growing for 25 years. And then it makes for good TV, so it works out.
Imagine you grew like 2, like a bull.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, 2 feels better than 1, actually. 1's
You
odd.
reckon 1 is worse?
Yeah. 2, at least it's like, oh, no, I have some
balanced.
goat in me.
You're balanced.
You know,
Yeah.
so what? I have some goat.
No, but people would think you were the devil.
But one horn is just
life would be very hard for you. You know, especially, obviously, during medieval times, they just killed people like that. If you grew two horns, that was tickets for you. You were like, this is the devil. We need to immediately murder it. But it's a small child or whatever, and it's got this horn condition that now all these people in America have. Or this one person I saw.
They're supposed to.
You wouldn't have a chance. If you grew horns in the medieval era,
No, you wouldn't.
tickets.
But you shouldn't be growing horns now, because before the horn starts, you need to go to your dermatologist.
Growing horns. Please, if there's anyone who listens to us, if you have a horn, please, I'll come and fetch you myself wherever you live and bring you to the show. James, we've got to find someone with a horn.
There's no way I'm allowing someone with a horn to be in the car alone with me while I drive. So that's very kind of you. I would have to drive like this. Just never take my eyes off them.
All right. You guys ever watch that Butterface competition that Howard Stern did? No. I don't know what that is.
Face.
Grant, if you've got a clip or something, send it to me. Love Sacha Baron Cohen when he's brilliant. He threw money at cockroaches. Yeah, I mean, Marpello says 2 horns like Hellboy. That he had to, like, also, didn't they get cut off or something? Or did he cut them off? Or?
Not the type of thing I
I don't
watch,
know.
but I know
Hellboy,
what
yeah.
you mean.
I know more about Hellboy than I know about Taylor Swift, I'll tell you that.
I can respect that.
Dwayne Moore says, the stuff you see in South African public healthcare trumps all of this. Well, tell us the stories. I mean, I didn't know that a human could grow a horn until I actually saw it with my own eyes watching this clip. I'm just absolutely astonished at how many different things can happen to people. I always thought, you know, the vast majority of humanity all just kind of looked normal, thought normal things, did normal things, weren't murderous or weird but it turns out,
Happens more than you'd
thanks to the internet,
expect.
we're figuring out how wild the fringes are. And the fringes are wild. There are people, the realms of fantasy have nothing on what humanity's growing. On those far edges of humanity, there is some wild stuff.
Well, now you've got me Googling people with
Super
horns. 'Cause
exciting.
I want,
Yeah. You got some people with horns that
I want you.
do you have a...
Yeah, cutaneous horns. Dense conical growths
Oh, this is
on
great.
the skin made of compacted keratin. Sorry, not enamel, keratin.
Wow.
These growths are often blah, blah, require...
Hey, by the way, if you're wondering where Dr. Hanan is, he after last week, he basically resigned. No, I'm kidding. He just said, no, so we can have him every second week, and we've got some travel with travel.co.za today. That's going to come up a little bit later on. Also, Ben will pop in with some sport. We've got Angela, who I mentioned is going to be our guest later. So many things. So carry on with your horn discussion. I'm enjoying this. I didn't know this was a thing, but here we go.
So you would need to biopsy them, often linked to skin cancer.
Oof. Yeah, you think you got a problem with your mole. You're like, Leigh-Ann is undressing in front of a dermatologist this week, and she's like, oh, I think I'm a bit worried about that little... There's a tiny thing this big. If they did a biopsy, they'd have to use a microscope to just take it off, let alone inspect the thing. Meanwhile, there's someone with a fucking pair of horns growing out of their head. It's just unreal.
Yeah, so those are cutaneous horns that are compressed keratin. Oh, and if you do have an overgrowth of keratin, you probably have a condition called hyperkeratosis. Yeah, you see, I've heard all of these things. I've seen them.
Yeah, that's why I knew you were the person to ask. I'm so glad this came up. It wasn't even on my list of stuff that I wanted to talk to you about. You think you have a list for Dr. Hanan. The stuff I write down to come and bring to you. I'm like, I got to tell Leigh-Ann about this. I've got to ask her about this. And you're never surprised.
No, not really.
You've seen it all. It's unbelievable. All right. I do want to ask you about this, though. I did see an amazing video. Maybe I should wait for Ben because he's the one who showed me this video of orcas. Did I tell you about this? Mm-mm. Orcas, these...
Those are mythical creatures, right?
No, orcas are the killer whales.
Oh, the whales. Sorry. You've got me so thinking about horns. And
so
weird
creatures. What did you picture when I said orca?
I thought you were talking about, what's it? There are those mythical creatures you mentioned sometimes.
Unicorns?
No, they're like monsters.
What is it?
Is it minotaurs?
Minotaurs.
Minotaurs? No.
Wow, I can talk to you about minotaurs, hey? I was reading...
I was thinking of like Mordor and... Anyway.
I don't know what's going on.
But orcas, the killer whales.
Yeah, so the killer whales are... They're now hunting blue whales.
Yeah.
The largest animal on Earth. These things are such maniacs. But I'll show you the video. I'm going to save it for just now.
I don't want to see it. I'll cry.
Oh, it's so bad. And they're such shits.
I saw them
they're such
as
horrible.
Well, cornering a baby seal.
Yeah, they are and they are mean, and they are vindictive and psychopathic.
And they're only after the liver, so they'll often just take the liver and then leave the rest.
What horrible things.
They hunt baby sharks
and they're clever.
for days.
They are so clever.
Yes.
Ugh.
And they're starting to tip over boats with people in them.
Oh, yeah. No, well, that's okay.
That's okay.
I don't mind. Those people probably deserve it. There's
Don't
a bit
be
of
in a
karmic
boat.
debt going on there. Yeah, orcas, they are not to be messed with.
No.
Definitely very smart creatures. All right, so what I wanted to tell you about, the Minotaur.
Is that a whale?
No. I'm glad that we're staying on track
Is it a lizard?
No, James brought this up. So I've been reading some Greek mythology stuff, and I read the story of Daedalus and his son Icarus. And Daedalus is the one who built the labyrinth that the Minotaur lived in Knossos in Crete.
With the horns, and he lived in a lair.
Yeah, labyrinth.
That was like a labyrinth.
Yes, and Theseus had to go in and slaughter him.
Yes.
Oh.
That haunted me as a child. It was one of the stories in my storyteller books with the cassette, and you read along. And the illustrations were terrible.
Terrifying.
Yeah, terrifying.
Well, as a kid, I think there is something... Maybe this is why the horn thing frightens me so much, is because the idea of a human and crossed with a beast with horns is a fairly frightening thing. I think it has always been. There are a couple of symbols that humans just... You don't need to teach them to fear those things. It's like snakes are terrifying to most people. I know
and
that,
animals. Animals will know how to react.
I mean, you see a cat. If you throw like a toy snake in front of a cat, it shits itself.
Yeah.
And the same goes for humans.
Oh, I just shut myself.
What happened?
Oh, no, I was remembering when there was a cobra in my backyard when I lived near the Karoo, and it was hocked up or whatever they call it. and my 4 cats were around it,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
just watching. But the panic, and then James snuck up and moved
Like a
something, and I
cobra.
shat myself.
Yeah, we call him Cobra James. That's his thing.
Small, medium, or large?
Mel wants to know if you maybe thought it was a manatee that we were talking about.
No, I was thinking of a mythical creature.
Orchids, says Bitcoin Boots.
Orchids.
Not orchids.
Ogre.
Oh, an ogre, but that's nothing to do with
Orca.
the sea.
No, but
An
you were
ogre?
We were
That's like that
horns,
woman I showed
we
you the
were
picture of just
mythical creatures, and then you threw in the word orca, and
You
my
thought of
mind
ogre.
read it as ogre.
Okay. Well, don't worry, there are no
Please
ogres.
forgive me. I'll get on my hands and knees.
You know, Leigh-Ann, I'm glad you understand those kinds of mistakes are the serious ones. It's not you not pitching for work or any of those things. It's when you confuse ogre and orca. That's when it's just fireable.
It's
So
highly embarrassing.
I'll forgive you just this once.
It's
all right.
it's not a Leigh-Ann thing, but anyway.
Uruk-hai and orcs.
You see, orcs. Orcs.
Is it orcs?
It's
Is that what you were
orcs.
thinking about?
You use that word often. What are those?
An orc. You don't know what an orc is?
No,
You didn't read Lord of the Rings?
No.
Orcs are those monsters they're corrupt beings that just destroy and eat and fuck and break.
Well, now you can understand, jumping to the word orca, how I heard orcs.
Yeah, the orcs are the things that live in Mordor. And
I mentioned Mordor.
You did.
And you
just
looked
didn't-
at me like I was insane, and you started insulting my brain.
All right. Humans crossed with animals, my greatest fear. Yes. Have you ever seen The Island of Dr. Moreau?
No.
You've got to watch that. Terrible movie. Marlon Brando's worst ever role, but man, is
Were
it
they
funny.
like half beings?
Yeah, he makes hybrids.
Okay, that I would watch.
Yes, man. Yeah. Ben
That I
Ben
would
knows
watch.
that. You see, Ben is an educated person. He knows about Dr.
Is it
Moreau.
a very? Is it
A
a very
monkey
old
with
movie
12
with bad
assholes. Yeah. No,
effects?
it's bad because I think by the time Brando made that movie, he was on so many drugs and he was an alcoholic and he was just a disaster. So he was quite obese.
He was
and
like a
had-
block of cheese.
And he wore this white makeup and like a scarf with a straw hat
Yes.
and white gloves. I'm sure you've seen the
Yes.
memes, right? And then he
Yes.
had a mini-me version. This predates like mini-me from Austin Powers or any
yeah.
of that stuff. They're having a little person version of himself.
Creepy as fuck.
It was totally creepy. And then he had these creatures that he made on the island of Dr. Moreau.
Okay, I'll watch
So
that.
we've got there's a long history of humans and human hybrid creatures terrifying the hell
because
out
it
of
is a
us.
scary thing.
Well, that's why inbreeding terrifies. There we go. There's the island of Dr. Moreau. You see Marlon Brando. Look at the little guy.
That's so bad.
That's how, when I'm old, that's what I'm going to live on an island.
But that's a real little person.
Yes. It's a little, no, that's a midget, you
Yes.
see. That's not a dwarf.
Yes.
That is how I'm going to be when I'm old, Leigh-Ann. I'm going to have a little version of myself sitting next to me the whole time. Whatever I do, it has to do. So if I put see, this is where Brando fucks up there. If I put my hand here, it must put its hand on its face like this
yes.
as well. When I stand up, it must stand up. When I go left, it must go left. When I go right, it must go right. It must do everything I do, just to freak anyone out who happens to make the mistake of stumbling upon my island. Just terrify the hell out of them. And then I'll do what Jack Nicholson did with his good friend Hunter S. Thompson, where he would say, "Oh, come and stay. I've got this cabin in the woods. You'll be all on your own. There's no one for miles. Go, you have the whole week if you want it. You need to get out of Hollywood." This is what he said to Jack Nicholson. So Jack Nicholson goes to his cabin. They're having he's on his own. He's going to have a lovely, relaxed week. He's not going to talk to people. He's going to read some scripts. He arrives and he settles in. And then that night, unbeknown to Jack, Hunter S. Thompson has set up big speakers all around the house. In the woods, right?
Oh, no.
He has no idea. He's got fireworks. He's got animal corpses. He's got gunshots. He's got like loud
This
screaming.
really happened?
He's recorded screaming noises and put animal and just terrifying sounds all
I
over it.
didn't realize he had such a sense of humor.
And Jack Nicholson has no idea. And Hunter S. Thompson like throws a stone at the door. And Jack inside the house, you can imagine, he's like, "Oh, there shouldn't be anyone here. I'm in the middle of the woods. And he's miles from everybody. So he goes to the door. He's in underpants. And, Jack Nicholson, who's like Hollywood's probably one of the most intimidating actors in Hollywood, opens the door, looks around. Nothing's happening.
Is this being filmed?
No. Don't.
Okay.
He just did it as a prank. So Jack goes back in. Hunter throws another stone. Jack goes to the door again, opens up and goes, "Is there anyone out there fucking with me?" And he goes to sleep. And as soon as he's fallen asleep and the light goes off, Hunter S. Thompson starts the show. He's got all these recordings and screaming and war noises, and he's shooting guns into the sky, and he's got a whole bunch of other oaks who are shooting fucking high-velocity missiles up into the... There's fireworks, there's animal corpses, there's blood on the stairs.
It's all happening at once.
There's intestines, and all happening, and Jack...
It wasn't a gradual
wakes
thing.
up and his hair is all over the place, and he stumbles out with the shotgun because he's got a shotgun there. He's like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then Hunter S. Thompson has set up this wild thing. That's what it'll be like if you come and visit me.
Don't
you want to
so
come
much
and visit?
more fun than any island holiday I'd imagine.
Right, exactly. I'll look after you. I'll make it very entertaining. All right, Ben, come and grab a seat. Oh. Oh, okay, Ben. Well, you can get ready, Ben. I was excited that we'd have you here for this.
Ben's doing his voice exercises to warm up.
Yeah, Ben is going la 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 la.
Me.
Warming up his voice. You'll tell me when they're ready. Oh, okay, well then let's talk to them now. Yeah, let's not mess around. Let's bring.
Yeah, in that case, I'm out of here.
No, you stay right there.
No, apparently this is the chance. This is the swap over. This was discussed this morning.
Oh, okay. So you've been told what to do, as opposed to last week where we just played it by ear. No, I'm going to go with he's the producer. You do what the producer says. Bye.
No, but we had like a little bit of conversation around it. It
Don't,
wasn't an instruction.
Don't. You can go. Oh, okay, this is cool. Okay, so I know Jonathan.
Yeah.
Is Jonathan here too? There he is. How's it? All right, very good. This is exciting stuff. Bye, Leigh-Ann. Have a happy week.
Bye.
Yeah, cheers. Don't forget, next week is the pubic hair episode, huh?
Can't wait.
Don't forget. All right, yeah, okay, this is exciting. All right, so listen, we do this thing with travel.co.za, and in fact, it's probably a year ago that I spoke to you last, Johnny.
Perfect, thanks.
Something
Oh,
like that.
okay.
Yeah.
So this is a terrific organization called the TAG Foundation, which we're going to talk about in a second. But we're also going to talk to Simon Wilkins, who is the managing director of Galetti Corporate Services, and he is doing this thing which you've got to explain this to me, this swimming the English Channel thing. I mean, there are migrants who do this every day. This is not a big deal, Simon.
I know, exactly.
The whole of England is overrun by men from Morocco and Sudan who are like, well, I'm going to take my chances.
Yeah, 100%.
Are you going from Calais?
From Dover. So England to France.
Oh, okay.
And yeah,
That's the opposite. So you won't have any
So it's the
traffic
opposite. So
going
might
your
bump
way.
into a few
That's
people,
clever.
but yeah,
All right.
it's,
That's
yeah,
very
looking
clever.
forward to it. It's going to be good.
Well, nice to have you
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
All right,
perfect.
so Simon Wilkins, Jonathan Gerber, we're going to talk a little bit about TAG and what you guys are doing as well. But the English Channel swim, for the people who don't know, is one of the toughest endurance swims in the world. 15 to 18 degrees Celsius waters, and that's in summer.
Yeah, that's summer.
They've got strong currents, unpredictable tides. Just ask Sir Francis Drake and the Spanish Armada, because the Spanish Armada were defeated in the English Channel, and they thought they were going to kick English ass. In fact, it was Queen Elizabeth I who went up on the cliffs of Dover and made that stirring speech about, "I may be a woman, but I've the heart of a man, and an Englishman no less." And then they won the Spanish, the war against the Spanish Armada. No, it was a big deal. So, all right, you're doing a solo swim. You've got no wetsuit, just a costume cap
That's it.
and goggles.
Yeah.
And why are you doing it? Are you mentally ill?
Maybe.
Like, what's the problem here? Do you want to introduce this?
Gareth, it's always been on the bucket list, right? So I think I love sort of the endurance events. So I think this is.
How did this start for you?
I've always
Were you like
wanted to
left?
swim it.
Did your parents leave you in the sea and you had to
Maybe
find your way
something
back?
like that. Maybe something Durban born, so I like the sea. But it's always been on the bucket list. So I did a big swim last year. Did the swim around New York last year, which was really cool.
In the Hudson?
In the Hudson. Yeah.
Did you have to
Cleaner
go?
than you think.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. It was really
Wow.
good. Brilliant. So that was about an 8.5-hour swim. And then, I mean, this channel swim has been booked for about 3 years. You really have to queue to get a spot. So
Really?
yeah. So it's been something I've been wanting to do for 20 years.
So I mean, this must be one of the big swims in the world.
Yeah.
I imagine the Robben Island one features in there, but further down the list. So the English Channel is 40 kilometers long.
Yeah, it's 36 as a crow flies, but with the tide and things, you're going to swim at least 40. Yeah,
That's a long way to go, and
it's a lot of trawling.
a lot can go wrong. No, I
Yes.
mean you can't predict the currents. It's obviously a formidable stretch of water. Those temperatures are not great. It's not Arctic, but it's bloody cold.
No, it gets you. Busiest shipping lane as well. So the captain that you obviously have a boat you go with, a pilot boat, and they
Right.
kind of guide you effectively through the shipping lanes, through all of the problems, and then they choose the route based on your pace and things like that as well. So hopefully you don't hit too many jellyfish and too many tankers,
Wow.
and then you get there. Yeah, absolutely.
Because shipping is quite a big deal there.
Absolutely, yeah.
So you do have to be careful because I mean, I was joking about the migrants. It's a busy piece of water. There's a lot of ocean traffic there. The reason we're talking about this with travel.co.za this morning is because Simon is going to offer you the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to swim behind him with all his bags. So if you would like to join him, this is a very exciting opportunity just for
Absolutely.
one person who can swim. Swimming across the sea is unfortunately not a big deal anymore, says Monica. She sounds like she's either never done this or she's never left her house, because that's not true. The channel swimmers should focus on swimming in a straight line. Swimming with the current makes it much longer.
Yeah.
What do you make of these people who are so critical of your
wish I was
heroic
faster.
attempt here? I mean, this is
I wish I was
outrageous.
faster.
You've come here to tell us your story, and all these fucking people in the comments can do is criticize you. They're so rude. I apologize. Swimming the English Channel is Iron Man, except it's called Titanium Man. Now, there's someone who understands this, right? This is someone who appreciates what you're doing. Okay, so you said you're from Durban, and you're doing this for a reason. You're not just doing this for shits
Absolutely.
and giggles, too. This is why we bring Jonathan in.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about the TAG Foundation. I think you might have, if you've been listening to the show for a while, remembered that we spoke to Jonathan about this probably about a year ago. They support boys who wouldn't otherwise have the chance to attend a wonderful school like KES, King Edward VII School, here in Johannesburg. I've seen some of these kids who've been through this, who've had their whole life changed by the ability to go and attend a wonderful school like this. They become obviously massive supporters of the foundation in turn afterwards, and then support other kids coming through. But how many kids is it that you've put through there now?
Yeah, so it's King Edward VII and Parktown Girls.
And
now.
Parktown Girls.
But Simon is swimming specifically to raise funds for a boy at King Edward's.
Excellent.
Because his children are at King Edward's, and he has a
Right.
history with us.
That's fantastic.
But yeah, it's grown ridiculously actually, and we have 53 boys now at King Edward's,
Wow.
and we have 15 girls at Parktown Girls.
But that's now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah.
So that's 53 guys this year.
And Gareth, I mean, I know I see Ben sitting over there, but the South
Don't worry about him.
The South African under-20 rugby side that just won the Rugby World Championships.
Yes.
We had 2 old TAG Foundation boys in the team.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, Esetu, the hooker, and Vusi Moyo, the fly half.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
but
so-
that's just this year. So, I mean, how many altogether? That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah, we've had a few. We've been quite successful, and obviously we are fortunate, or the children that we choose are talented children. So
Yeah.
you know, they do make the most of the opportunities. We had a boy this year, Chinedu Amadi, who made the South African schools rugby team.
Bloody
So
amazing.
it's a hell of a story.
And just
it's-
remind us of how you got involved in this, and your son's involved in it.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
And
So,
your
so
wife
my,
too,
my,
the
my
whole
son
family.
also did some ridiculous Everest on a bike thing that he raised a whole lot of money, and he now supports 2 boys at the school. So yeah, it's just look. For us, we thought, you know, we're not going anywhere. We're proudly South African. We thought, what is the biggest issue that we could help with in South Africa? We think education is probably the critical skill factor.
And a quality education is becoming
100%,
expensive.
100%.
So for many people, it's not affordable.
Look, for every boy we invest in, because generally, as I said last time, we prefer the boys to be boarders, because then they're in a controlled environment, you know, they're eating
But
properly.
the expenses then go up, right?
But it costs literally, it's R1 million a child now for high school. So it's quite a daunting task. So if you times 1 million by 53 children, you get the numbers that we're talking about, and hence why we have people like Simon doing mad things and raising money for us.
I can't think of a better reason because of course it brings the awareness to the foundation, right?
100%.
Because people these days, it's hard to get people's attention, and it's hard for people to choose what they're going to care about because you can't choose everything.
Correct.
We'd all love to help everybody, but it's just not possible, right? And this sounds to me like the best possible cause. Great school, you've had great results. You guys really get involved. I mean, like, I've heard stories from Jolene about how your wife is packing lunch boxes and buying shoes and getting,
Don't worry, wait until she sees the reports and the meetings she has with the children.
It's quite something. I mean, it really is. This is not just you trying to do something nice. This is you get involved in every which way. And I've been to one of your functions where you have the guys there who've been through the school and all the people who support it, Tag Foundation. Yeah. And it's a phenomenal community.
Yeah, thank you.
And it's a real community.
Yeah, something we're really proud of. Yeah, thank you.
No, well done. And Simon, I think it's great that you're doing this to help raise the awareness and that you're putting yourself on the line for it too. Because again, people don't pay attention to these things unless there's some, really exciting stuff going on or it's going to make news headlines. And I hope you will. I mean, this is a really, really cool thing. So what do you do to prepare for it?
It's just a lot of swimming, to be honest. So qualifying, you got to qualify. So that was the New York swim last year. And then a lot of cold water swimming through the winter. So basically just been in an unheated pool for the last 3 months. Yeah.
Very pleasant, huh?
Very pleasant, really.
Are you alone on the water?
I am, yeah. So I'll have a support boat with some support crew. Natalie, my wife, will be on there, my brother. But otherwise it's swimming solo. Yeah, completely.
I often think when you do a swim or when you do any event, I mean, it could be a cycling event, running event. It could be people who are climbing mountains. We've got Angela coming in later on. She's doing that. She's done it, in fact. She's been up Everest. And I think it's a remarkable thing that people want to, first of all, push themselves to the limit to see what's possible, because it gives all the rest of us slobs hope that, humanity is really forging forward and that we can aim for the stars and that we can do tremendous things. And that people you could meet every day are busy conquering their own goals in some way, shape, or form. But I can't help thinking that the history of that part of the world is just such a fantastic reason to be swimming in that water, thinking about all the things that have come before you. I mean, the Romans crossed that channel to Britain. Julius Caesar was in Gaul and decided, I'm going to go and take a look at what's happening across the channel. You can see Calais from Dover and vice versa. And you imagine how many medieval kings looked across that channel and thought, I'm going to attack tomorrow, or this is what's going to happen,
Yeah. No, it's really
phenomenal.
Exciting. It's awesome. Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
So how long do you have to be there and prepare?
So I've got a week of...
You don't just get off the plane and go and jump.
Yeah, no, so effectively I've booked a week on the channel. So effectively I'm second on the tide. So it all depends on the weather, effectively. So you get a week slot, and if there's no good weather in the week, unfortunately you then postponed.
Well, I hope you don't have to deal with any English tourists.
We'll try and avoid them. Absolutely.
Dreadful. All the best of luck to you, gentlemen. I think that it's tremendous that you're doing this. And Johnny, it's always nice to see you.
Yeah, and you too.
Keep doing the wonderful stuff that you're doing, because that's really, really important. If you want to know more, you can obviously go to travel.co.za for your travel needs, and maybe you want to do crazy things like swim the English Channel, but you need to prepare. You can't just jump in, all right? Don't just think you can do what Simon's doing. It's a tremendous thing. Well done. Absolutely amazing. All right, so that is travel.co.za, and we'll tell you more about the Tag Foundation in the description of the show as well. Guys, have an awesome weekend.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you,
Gareth. Are you
guys.
watching some sport this weekend?
Well, we're just preparing for next week's Auckland test.
Ben will tell us all about that. Did you watch in Cape Town, or were you up here?
No, I watched in Joburg, unfortunately.
I saw lots
the wrong game.
Yeah. We've got the last two games have not been.
Yeah, look, I think
right?
the Australians have improved, but we've got some work to do, and we're in between teams. But it's I think our boys are ready for Eden Park.
So. All right, well, I hope so. Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Ben will give us a little update just now.
Great.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Very
you so
good.
much.
Thanks,
all
guys.
right,
Thank you.
so
Cheers.
we'll be back in a moment or two. Don't go anywhere. Not like them.
Stop fingering me, okay?
What did you just say, Dad?
Your mother. She always fingers me every day.
Papa, that's not what that
So what are you trying to say? That she can finger me, but I cannot finger her?
That's definitely not what that
Hey,
means.
I am the head of the household. I can finger anybody I want. I can finger anybody in this restaurant. You. No, not you.
In March 2026, South Africa hosts its first live golf event. For some, this is already a hugely exciting piece of news. But for the average golf person, or indeed average sports fan out there that cheers for people that play with bigger balls, what's all the fuss about? For this answer, and 54 other things about this event, Chris Bentley from Live Golf is in studio with us. Don't be fooled by his boyish good looks and gentle charm. Chris is a major operator in the world of golf, with this massive event and its coming to South Africa being a fine example of this. Speaking of big things in golf, rounding off the in-studio team this week is the returning Oji Molefe. It's episode 63 of the On The Bounce show. It's the Live Golf show with Chris Bentley. Let's get into it.
You're simply the best. You're better than all the rest. You're better than anyone. Each time you leave me, I start losing control. Walking away with my heart and my soul. Oh, no. I get near you even when I'm alone. Oh, baby. No.
Give me some air horns, yes! We got broadcast royalty in the building. T-Bo Touch makes some noise. Let's go.
I don't want to be that guy who always, when he opens his mouth, is about his former glories. If you are potent in your gift, if your gift is potent enough,
You'll find a way.
You'll find a way. It'll germinate in areas where nothing grows.
It's like we live in shortcut city.
Right.
Everyone is trying to get the shortcut.
Right. There is a social, economical engineering, even post-apartheid, post-1994, still lives eminently in our circles. We bring car keys to the dinner table and the kitchen, but we don't bring our house keys.
Yeah.
I didn't just invest in me. Bro, understand, my children's children forever. I got boys, right? The fact that they hold blue passports, they are first world for life. And their
What
children.
it can be anyway, man.
Blue passport, dog, is
Gateway
The
to
last
life.
number.
Phela mina ngiyinsizwa mina. Ngiyinsizwa.
All right. Morning, everybody. I hope you're having an awesome start to your day. We are live, and we've got all kinds of stuff happening in the next while. We've got someone called Angela Yeung, who's going to pop in and talk to us about climbing Everest. We just had a guy who is swimming the English Channel.
Well, Gareth, I'll tell you what, today I'm doing none of those things.
What are you doing?
So
You're doing
inferior.
nothing useful?
Fuck no, I'm going to go to the gym. That's about it.
Oh, God, I've got to get there. I ate so much. I had a breakfast yesterday. I had dinner with the family on Tuesday. I had lunch with some friends on Saturday. I've just been eating.
It's your birthday, though.
But I'm
birthday
still
week.
And you know, when people say, "Would you like some cake?" I'm like, "No, thank you." Yeah. And then they look at you funny because I know I'm going to walk. I'm going to walk out of there like a
Did you
bouncing
have
ball.
cake on your birthday?
No.
No one bought you cake.
No. The family had cake, but I said no.
Yeah, I miss a good cake.
And also, when they put the cake in front of me and they said, well, "You can cut the cake." So what did I do? I cut in the most awkward. I cut down and on the edge.
Why?
Because my fucking cake, I could do what I want with it.
It's just an unruly,
Childish.
unnecessary.
It's aberrant behavior. Do you know what I do with my nephews when it's their birthday and they have a cake? Now their mom has gone to all the trouble of making, either buying or making this cake. Then I take their hands, especially when they were little, and I push the whole hand into the middle of the cake.
All right. Okay.
I obviously have some kind of psychopathic relationship with cakes.
To do with that?
I can't treat cakes normally. So I have an uncle who refuses to let the children blow out the birthday candles on the cake because there'll be spit.
Unhygienic, yeah.
Which is true because children are. I mean,
germ vectors.
He says pushing their hand into the whole cake.
Yeah.
But he makes them clap them out. So you have to clap out your candles. Isn't that clever?
Well, finally a good uncle story.
Yes,
I mean, it's taken a few years, but we finally got a good uncle story on the show.
Yes, it's a good uncle story. All right, so let's get into a couple of things. Ben is thrilled that we've already covered Taylor Swift. He wants nothing to do with it.
I was dreading that would come up.
Don't worry, we've passed through. It's over. I did want to bring up something that you sent me the other day about the orcas and the blue whale, which has just blown my mind.
Yeah.
We kind of hinted at it with Leigh-Ann, and I never got to play the clip while she was still here. But here it is. You've got to see this to believe it. I'm only going to play a little bit for you because it was obviously part of a David Attenborough, Blue Planet special kind of thing. He's done so many of those, and they're all terrific. But this absolutely passed me by, and then when you sent me the clip, I was like, Jesus, these are some creatures.
Such superior animals. Wow.
Superior and horrible.
Completely.
Just evil. Like, they're the shits of the sea, without a doubt. They are like the gangsters of the sea. But watch this clip and you'll see what I mean.
Hunting of blue whales by orca has only recently been documented. A new behavior that is a response to changes in their ocean home. One deliberately stops swimming in order to enable the others to practice a particular skill. They push it beneath the surface and submerge its blowhole to prevent it from breathing. They are practicing the actions they will use to drown their prey. And these orca need to be on top of their game. They hunt the largest animals that have ever lived. Blue whales.
I mean, it's just absolutely terrifying. First of all, these things are so clever. Second of all, they practice.
Yeah.
They train.
That was like a Russie scrum session, and then they go out in the field and they kill a blue whale.
It's unbelievable. They actually showed the attack of these orca on a blue whale, and it's horrible. And Leigh-Ann was saying they sometimes only want the liver, so they're really killing for sport.
Well, they found that in False Bay a while ago, back when there was still great white sharks, is that they would find the great white sharks, and these guys would just go for the vital organs. They were that precise. They're like assassin precision. And the orcas came into False Bay and fucked up the great white sharks.
Then none left.
Very few.
And if they are, they're hiding.
They're hiding around the seals, shitting themselves. In the past, they would be like just grabbing seals. And they're like, hey, we're going to call the orcas. And they're like, fuck, okay.
And it just boggles my mind that there are creatures that are this unbelievably dangerous. Plotting. They're clever. They're super smart. They plan this stuff.
And they don't really go for humans. You think they do whatever they want, but try find a case of a human maiming from an orca. Because they look at us and go, nah, there's nothing there for us.
No, I think they know that would be the death knell. They know that if they went for it, they've obviously read the stuff that we've been putting out about sharks, and they're like, we don't need that publicity.
No, we don't need to be seen
just
as
steer clear of the humans and everything will be all right.
Yeah,
huh?
we're going to be fine.
That's what it is.
And also, our livers are terrible. I mean, imagine some drunk goes into the ocean. Orca looks at that and goes, ugh.
What a gross liver.
Eating that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Horrendous.
Some old Hout Bay tunny climbs into the False Bay.
Some old Hout Bay tunny saturated in Chardonnay. The orca's like, fuck. No chance.
All right, so that's they're called the wolves of the sea, says Durban Dope. Because they hunt packs, obviously.
Yeah.
Organ harvesting in the wild. Watch Blackfish. It's eye-opening, says Stephen. What is that all about? I'm not sure what that is. Okay, I don't know. Gareth, are you not going to pay tribute to Tsidi Madia? She really was one of our only decent journalists. Huge loss. Is she that enormous girl from EWN? I don't know, because I don't know South African journalists. What do I know? I don't know. I just saw a very, very, very large woman died this week, and I was like, oh, I wonder what happened to her.
Yeah, probably. Gets you, catches up with you.
Well, I mean, I've talked about this a million times. I'm not going to talk about it again. Heart disease is the biggest killer in the country. I didn't know her. I've never seen her work. I don't know who she is. So I don't know if you're trying to bait me for something here like the orcas, but that's all I have to say about it. I believe if we took a breath, we could learn so much for marine life. If we took a breath, we could learn so much for marine life. Do you write speeches for Kamala Harris in your spare time, Rebellious Ruth? Blackfish is about the orcas at the animal world eating the trainers.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's great because they had to fight back.
Wow.
Yeah, because remember SeaWorld, they had Shamu and all those other, they had orcas.
Yeah.
And they actually had them in the captivity.
Yeah, and
These
they
things
trained
are gigantic.
them.
They
make them do tricks.
And then eventually the orcas were like, no, I'm just going to eat you now.
Oh, really? Yeah. So they just devoured them.
Yeah, I mean, remember there was we had the story about the dolphins, and then they had the trainers having sexual relations with the dolphins. These people get very connected with these animals.
Well, it's all linked because
it's a bit gross. I mean,
whales, killer whales. Carl says that woman was horrendously overweight, but she was also very talented. I'm not trying to bait you; she was brilliant. Also, big women.
Maybe that's Carl's thing.
Okay, Carl, that's fine then. Rest in peace. What do you want me to say?
Maybe she really championed the poorer cause, and we don't know this.
Maybe she was a major supporter of the poorers, and that's why he's so into her. All right, so I have another related story. Apparently, Southwest Airlines has finally decided that if you are morbidly obese, you need to buy 2 seats. So I want to declare that this is a victory we've been building up to for a long time.
That's good.
Yeah, I feel like...
Well, it's not about being morbidly obese. It's about safety. So you can only have so much weight on a plane. That's why they're so stringent with the baggage.
Well, it is. You see, that's a very sensible approach from you, Ben. But I do think also it's a completely horrendous situation for anyone who ends up booking the seat next to these people. And they're too big to fit in the one seat. So they spill over into the other seat, makes everyone uncomfortable. It's just not on. So I think it's only right. Some people, probably the whole row, they'd have to buy.
Which is fine. I mean, but then let's just do it.
Just
Southwest Airlines, yeah?
You've got to pay because it is not fair of you to... You know what's funny about a lot of these body positivity fativists, they call some of these people. At least that's what I call them. They want everyone in the world, and they want the world to conform to the fact that they are that big. They don't want to fit in with the world. The world must fit in with them. So because they're enormous, we have to make space. We have to make bigger seats. There was a woman complaining about this very story this week I saw in the news. She was saying, it's so unfair. The seats are not made to my size. I'm like, no, you are not human size anymore. You need to get your size right.
Yeah, which is a very inconvenient truth. And I think for a lot of people, they become so caught up in the things that are bad in their life, and they think it then defines them. But we've spoken about this. It's like you can also do the other thing where look at the rest of the world and realize that you're not more important than that. And for some people, it is so hard to actually have that fundamental.
Ben, on the road this morning on the way here, there's always someone who reminds you that people are spatially unaware. They're driving along in the fast lane at 55 kilometers an hour with no lights. And it's 5 a.m. It's dark. And they are completely blissfully unaware of everyone else on the road with them. It's a weird thing. I almost wonder if people are raising their kids with blinkers on.
Must be.
Okay, so we've got to move into some other stuff. I know you've got some sport for us a little bit later on.
Yeah, it's a really big weekend for obvious reasons. Arsenal taking on Liverpool.
That's why you're wearing that shirt.
Yeah, Arsenal Fridays. Making it happen. Screw you, James.
Arsenal
it's a thing.
James is still supporting Liverpool.
Yeah, and he's all salty.
See, it's all linked.
He's all salty because I didn't give him a shirt, and now look at him. He's
the
like
orcas eat the liver.
Yeah, right,
Liverpool.
you go buy your own.
It's all related.
How much of a fan are you, James? Yeah, but I mean, if you're meant to love your team. This coming week, actually, we've got something for the ladies on the Bounce Show. We've got Maps Mapignani coming in.
It's exciting.
And we're going to talk about sports drip.
Yeah, Maps definitely brings the ladies.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we don't have enough lady watchers on the show. It's not the primary goal, of course.
Okay.
But I think this week will be...
You're trying to bring more women into the workplace,
Jeff, can
Ben.
you help our guest there? She's trying to put a tripod down. Pop it on the chair. Are you standing here with... I had no idea. Fuck. I mean, I'm having a conversation with Gareth and I can pick this up.
I don't even know what's going on. Are we filming this or is Angela doing her own show? Oh, okay. All right. Well, there we go. All right. So you've got Arsenal playing this weekend. You've got some football. That's why you're wearing the red.
Yeah. My journey as a football fan has been progressing in recent times because I've come to realize...
You fall off the wagon for a while.
You know, the whole thing about spatial awareness, Gareth, it's like understanding that people love football. It's the most popular sport in the world. It might not be my most favorite sport, but it's such a huge thing in society. It's such a conversational thing, and I'm really embracing it. I'm really enjoying it. So this week Sandile and a bunch of his mates and I went to FNB Stadium.
Yes,
to watch Chiefs versus Sundowns.
Did you have a fun time?
A great time.
Okay.
The game was fucking horrendous. 0-0. Those oaks couldn't score at a brothel, but it was great. It was 75,000 people on a Wednesday night in the stadium.
I'm amazed that so many people will go to watch bad soccer.
It's all relative, I guess. So if you grow up watching Champions League, Premier League, that kind of stuff, you expect a certain level of excellence, unlike Man United fans. And then you watch local football, and it's like, okay, not the easiest game. And now I can't wait for this game on Sunday because the guys are going to be so elite because of what I watched on Wednesday.
Okay, that's very good. But, I mean, there's a bit of a backhanded compliment there about South African football. Fans are really, they don't expect much.
It's a reality of resources. It's a reality of a variety of things. We can never attract the best players, coaches, all those kind of things. Look, I would say it's good enough.
Okay.
Maybe that sounds like a backhanded compliment.
I don't need to say this, but you never need to invite me to those. Thank you.
Yeah, I think you would enjoy it.
No, I don't think I would.
You would do it once, and that'd be enough.
No.
Like, I'm not going back there this year.
Okay, yeah.
But I loved it.
I never need to go, ever.
I appreciate it. I had a great time.
I'll tell you what I do want to do is see the view from Mount Everest. So the reason I bring this up is because the person sitting next to you, Angela, is now, I mean, it says here South African mountaineer, but I've known you as a jewelry designer and a philanthropist, a bit of a socialite. You kind of know the same people that I've known for years. You're a friend of Jen's. She's a very good friend of mine. That's probably where I met you, is through Jen Sue. It's nice to see you, Angela. How are you?
I'm good.
Good to have you here.
I'm good.
All right, so you climbed Everest, no less.
Yes.
This is, what do you?
Sorry,
don't you?
I don't mean to look at your hands, but you have all your fingers still.
You don't have better things to do with your time than go to a horrible remote place like that and try and climb the highest mountain in the world.
Exactly. It takes me.
What are you
50
crazy?
Days. It took me 50 days to get.
50 days.
Yeah.
Is that just to get to base camp?
No, it's up and down.
That's such an
Jesus.
embarrassing first question.
No,
of course,
but I
it's
need
not
to know.
fucking base camp.
Listen, I see Angela sitting here. I've seen her in beautiful dresses at social events and things. I can't imagine her schlepping up this impossible peak. What made you want to do this?
I think going back to 2017, I think I mentioned it to you before, that I actually met my biological mother after 30 years. Constantly
I remember
looking
this
for
story,
her.
yes.
Yes, that's how I started climbing for caring for girls. Do you remember?
I do remember the story.
That was 7 years ago. I had the interview with you.
Right. And here we are again.
Yes.
And in all this time, you've decided you it's not good enough to just be doing all the wonderful things you were already doing. Now you're going to climb mountains too.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's just rewind the story for people who might not remember. There might be people listening and watching us now who didn't hear the story too about your biological mother. Just remind us of the story.
Yes. So my mom is Japanese. My dad is Chinese. And if you know the relationship between China and Japan, they never...
Not great.
Yes, exactly. And so, like, I'm a child of a Romeo and Juliet.
Yeah.
So when I was only 3 years old, my mom decided to leave without saying goodbye. So my dad took me all the way and ran to the airport and realized she's gone.
Oh, my God.
And like 40, 50 years ago, when someone's gone, it's like you can't fax them, you can't call them, and you write a letter. It takes a month to return. So she's just gone. And yeah, it was really hard for my dad. And even people.
And for you.
Exactly. And it was saying, people were saying to him, "You're such a loser. You can't even keep your wife around. What happened to you, And they would even say to my dad, "Why don't you just leave Angela to the orphanage? Or isn't you got an auntie, she's got mental illness, just leave Angela there because you're dragging her around and you don't even know how to dress her." So my hair's always messy, I'm always, my clothes is always mismatched. So, just seeing my dad was really like struggle a lot.
Yeah, because we hear a lot about single mothers in South Africa, right? But we don't hear a lot about single dads, and there are probably some absolutely heroic stories there too.
Exactly. And it's very unusual, that I grew up that way. So I really understand the struggle as being a girl child.
And then the story kind of, you could call it a happy ending in some ways, but explain to people when you did meet your mother, because you must have had a million questions for her, and she must have been completely overwhelmed by the whole experience too, because she probably had put things away in her life and put things away in her brain and not thought about them.
Exactly.
There must have been a lot of guilt. There must have been a lot of pain. Remind us what happened.
It was quite dramatic. So I had an opportunity to have my exhibition in Japan for my jewelry. And I said to myself, should I actually go and see her? This is the time. And I spoke to one of my friends, my Japanese friend, and she says to me, "Don't worry, I will find her like a pin in the ocean."
Jeez.
Because it's 30 years,
And she tracked her down.
She tracked her down. And so the day I went to see her, we didn't tell her that we're coming.
Oof.
And I only knew that she's an antique dealer. It's actually running in our blood.
Right.
I'm a jeweler, she's an antique dealer.
Right.
And so they say to me, "Angela, just sit inside the car. We'll go and tell her that you're coming." Because there's a certain etiquette.
No, you don't want to give her a heart attack.
Yes,
right.
Exactly. There's certain etiquette in Japanese. So you need to greet first. So they went in and say to her, "Your daughter is actually here. Can she come in?" I was sitting in this car and waiting.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking in the car?
And you try not to have expectation. Because what happened if she says to you, "No, just tell her to go away"?
No, if she says, "I want nothing to do with you."
Yes. But that's your mom.
It's a risk though, huh?
It is. It is every single, you have to plan around her, and not, so she doesn't know you're coming, and you want her to know you're coming. And it was just hard.
And you had zero contact with her up to then?
Zero.
Nothing. No letters, no phone calls, no nothing.
No.
So
she just cut me off. She doesn't want to have anything to do.
After decades.
Yes.
You're now going to see her for the first time. And what happened?
They said to me, "Angela, you can come in." They told me to come in. Then I went in. And that moment that you were waiting for 30 years. And you realize that when I walk in, I realize I'm much taller than her.
She's a little lady.
Yes. But the whole time you're dying for this moment. But and also Japanese, they won't come and hug you.
No. It's a more
very
cold, standoffish. Yeah.
And you just bow.
Okay.
Very politely. And she says, "Come in and have some tea." And she said to me that, "I actually have a feeling that you're coming."
Oh, really? Well, she waited 30 years for that.
Exactly.
And again, I think it's important to go over this because you say this is what inspired you, among other things, to do what you've done since then.
And also just want to tell you, that day when I met her, it was her birthday.
Oh, wow.
I don't even know this
woman. You
woman.
didn't choose that day?
I didn't. And like 30 years you're waiting for that moment. And the prayer is answered, And it's like, just feel like some of the mountain takes longer to climb.
It's a lovely metaphor for this.
It is.
In your relationship since, do you have a relationship much? Did you for a while after that?
She actually fell sick. She had colon cancer.
Mm-hmm.
She passed away 2 years ago. And she donated her body to the hospital.
Right.
For experience. And this 2 years, we're waiting for her body to release. So I will only bury her around January this
And you'll have to go to Japan for that?
I have to go to Japan for that.
Did you have many conversations with her after you had that meeting?
I think it's very difficult because my Japanese is still like a little child.
Yeah.
And it's something that's very deep that you cannot express. It's very difficult.
Wow. So explain how it links to what you decided to do then, because I know for people who are not aware, Angela's Impilo Foundation is incredible. It's an Impilo collection foundation. She champions all kinds of initiatives, empower her, empower him, empower them. They're aiming to uplift 1 million people by 2035, which is phenomenal. I mean, first of all, how are you tracking on that? Because that's an audacious goal.
Yes.
Almost as audacious as climbing Everest.
Exactly. We're going to tell you that. So during COVID, I was seeing people are suffering. And just by word of mouth, I call out on social media, friends and family, and just did a food drive because I see people are needing food. And just by that, we actually collected 10 tons of food. I didn't have an initiative wanting to start a foundations, but if you have 10 tons of food.
Yeah, what are you going to do with it? And now you need to get it to people.
Yes. And you need to register as a foundation. So that's how it motivated me to start the Impilo Collection Foundation. And we gave out to GBV shelters, OH Home, and orphanage. And later on, we received 1 ton of sanitary pads. And we gave out to
give all of those to Sivan Gessi. He's always looking for sanitary pads. I mean, I'm being funny, but he does. He collects them as well because obviously there's so many young girls at schools who don't have this kind of thing.
Yes.
And they need it because otherwise they can't attend school. They'll actually miss school while they're on their period because they can't face the embarrassment of, having some kind of accident. And they don't have the sanitary pads.
Exactly. So that was actually going back to 2018.
It's Ben's favorite subject, by the way.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you guys to finish.
Sanitary pads is your favorite. It's one of your favorite subjects.
Yeah, really?
As an Arsenal fan.
No, I'm kidding. But I do want to, before we get to Everest, because that's really what I'm excited about talking to you about here. I just want to talk a little bit about all the other things you're doing, because you collect bras for people. You don't collect them like Jensu collects hats. You've collected something. You're 2,100 bras short of the symbolic goal of 8,849. So is that the height of Everest? 8,849 meters?
Exactly.
If you can just get 3 from Leigh-Ann, you should be up to speed, though.
Yeah, I mean, Leigh-Ann's, one of her bras is like 15 of anyone else's. So you're collecting all these things, you're distributing food, you're helping people, you're going to uplift 1 million lives by 2035. And you also are a businesswoman and you've got things to do on the day-to-day. How do you find the time for all of this?
You just have to juggle.
You're an overachiever.
Yeah, you prioritize. And I think something you learn from the mountain, you're compartmentalizing everything.
Okay, so you bring up the mountain.
Yeah.
How does this work? How do you even get to planning for Everest? And by the way, I mean, there are easier mountains than Everest. Why did you have to choose this, the highest mountain in the world?
Yeah, I think it took me 7 years. Do you remember? I was just mentioned that so the time that you saw me the first time was climbing Kilimanjaro.
I remember that.
So I did twice Kilimanjaro.
And you were like, this is too easy for me. I now need
to. No,
it
wasn't. It was scary. It was really scary. And then when I went to EBC, Everest Base Camp, and because I collected 6,200 bras, after we gave out the sanitary pad, one of the girls actually come up to me and says, Auntie Angela, next time when you come, please bring us some bras.
All right. Ungrateful. Okay, this is nice, but now we need bras as well.
Exactly.
That's the problem with orphans, you know.
And then she says,
Really?
and that's how
So
we
ungrateful.
how we find out perpetrators see that as the invitation of sexual attention.
Ah, okay. Now you're being okay. This is a serious thing because if girls aren't wearing bras, they think it's flirty.
Yes.
And obviously, it's an invitation then to behave badly and take advantage. And okay, I didn't realize that. That's an actual serious problem that happens with young women.
Yes.
You can't walk out without the bra on.
Exactly. And then you're showing yourself to the world. And then I did a research and realized that there was 2,700 women die from gender-based violence.
How many?
2,700
A year.
a year. And initially we're going to collect 2,700 bras.
Right.
And we came back with 6,200 bras.
I'm just curious about the bras, and I know you think I'm silly a lot of the time. I am. How do you get very big ones, small ones? You'll take any
size.
bra.
Any size, yeah.
Are there women who need enormous bras?
Exactly,
Like the
yeah.
biggest ones available.
Double H.
Double H.
Yeah, double H.
Jesus, how much? You fit 2 watermelons in a double H? I'm trying to get a mental picture of that. How big's a double H?
It's big.
It's huge. It's like that thing you could sail a ship if you tied that to the mast.
Stop it.
All right. I think it's amazing you're doing this. But now, let's just get to Everest. So what's that experience like?
It was crazy. I think it takes so much to get there. So I didn't climb from the south side. Most people climb from the south side.
That's easier.
Yeah, I think relatively. But I mean, the north side is more technical.
Right.
The last woman who climbed from the north side from South Africa was 26 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of training.
Lots of training.
People tell me that the hardest thing is the breathing. The air is very thin. There's not a lot of oxygen.
Exactly. So I push up to 7,000. Then I start having and carry my oxygen.
Okay.
Yep.
And you got all the way to the top?
All the way to the top.
Angela, that's phenomenal. I really do think that's absolutely phenomenal. You know, when I heard this from Jen, I was like, okay, she went to base camp. And then I saw that you'd gone all the way to the top. And I was just blown away. I couldn't do that. Ben, you reckon you could do that?
No, like I really can't. There's something particular about a feat like this. Like you just spoke to Simon about doing the English Channel.
Yes.
Now, you look at him and go, he's not the greatest athlete in the world. You look at Angela and you think like, she's not an Olympian or that kind of stuff. There's something about you. You need a mental something. Like comrades runners too. You go, how the hell have you run all day today? There's something special about people who can do that. I don't think I have that. It's something in your head, and there's a greater something in the mix here.
It's a strength.
And
It's a mental strength, yeah.
That's what really defines people who can do these kind of things.
And what toll does it take on your body? Because again, most of us will never get to Everest, and most of us will not even know someone who's been to Everest. It's a small club of people who go up and make it on.
I know 2 people that have climbed Everest.
You know 2 people. You see, in your long life, Ben, you've only met 2.
I only know 2.
So, what is it like on your body?
It was a lot. So when you get to the dead zone, around 8,000 meters, you start seeing bodies.
Yeah.
Because
they can't bury them. They can't do anything. They just have to leave them.
You can't even bring them down. Helicopter they can't reach to 8,000 meters. The most they can get to is 6,000 meters. And you climb beyond that. And you actually climb through the night to get to the top.
You don't get to stop.
You don't. So for 12 hours, you on the go, you push through to get to the top.
That's what I kind of, because I read that Bear Grylls book as well, and he speaks about how he did it. And then I watched that 12 Peaks thing on Netflix where those guys basically run up there for fun. So I've seen the parameters of how this happens. But do you feel like you're no longer yourself because your routines are so out. Like you're in a thing called a death zone. Not exactly a place that's going to be anything like you've experienced before. Do you feel like you just change as a person in those moments to get there?
You know, I actually come back, I don't have a sense of time. Because your time is not on your watch. Your time is how do you get there.
Yeah.
And that's the time. So your time is every step on your feet. Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I mean, that's like the ultimate living in the now. Nothing else matters.
Exactly.
It focuses you, right? Completely. Then you're not thinking about, I've got to buy these things when I go to the shops next week or whatever.
No.
When's
All
breakfast?
you think of is how do you survive there?
Yeah.
How do you survive in that? So it was minus 50 when we...
Jesus. Minus 50.
Minus 50.
So you obviously are, you're in the right clothing for that.
Yes,
You've
of
got
course
the
you have
gloves,
to,
you've
yeah.
got the fancy footwear and everything, but it's still freezing.
It
Like
was
there's
freezing.
no way to warm yourself up, right?
No, and you get to the tops, closer to the summit. Everybody start getting, you start having this traffic jam, because it's only certain hours and certain day.
Right. So everyone who wants to go all have to queue up.
Exactly.
So how long do you have at the top?
5 minutes.
Really?
5 minutes, and you have to have so much self-control.
James, have you got any of Angela's pictures you can show us? I want to see some of these because that is a once in a lifetime experience.
Yeah.
What is the view like? Was there cloud?
It wasn't cloudy, but it was quite windy that day.
Oh.
So
you got to be careful you don't blow off the top, right? Because there's a long way to fall.
That's why they hook you on. They hook you when you get to the top, and you want to take pictures. You take pictures. 5 minutes. Your Sherpa will tell you, "Let's go. We need to go." But I was the last person who get there because I wasn't the fastest person.
Right.
And they are much taller than me. If they go for one step, I have to go for 3 steps.
Yeah. Well, this is what makes it all the more remarkable. And what is at the top of Everest?
It wasn't that romantic.
Inner peace.
No. But what do you find? I mean, is there like a whole lot of people leaving shit at the top there, or?
Oh no, you can't. You can't even take off your clothes.
So
you have a pee.
You have so little time.
So little time.
And then they get you moving straight down the queue again. You have to make your way down.
Yes, exactly.
But is there a sign? Is there what's there?
Yes, there's a sign. So you will see the prayer flags around that.
The Buddhist prayer flags that they have all the way up.
All beautiful flags that you can see that you know exactly that you on the summit.
Right.
Yeah.
And these Sherpas, they go up there every other day.
But for them, they even have. So one of my Sherpa actually got blind from the snow.
What?
Yeah, and you think it's hostile.
Yeah.
It was hostile, and you realize that he actually like snow blind. And
oh my God, I don't want a blind guy taking me up a mountain. Were you nervous?
I was nervous, but you also
I'd say get me another Sherpa. This one's no good.
Yeah, my Sherpa was strong, but I mean the other Sherpa in the team, you can see, you can't take off your glove. So we have another other climbers.
Right.
They took too long to be there, and he have the most beautiful picture out of all of us.
Oh God.
And he have this blisters, and start that frostbite coming up, and he have to take 2 fingers have to be amputated.
You're joking. Just from taking the picture at the top?
Yeah.
He lost the 2 fingers because of the frostbite. My God. Put up those pictures, James. Look at this. This is okay. You're still loading them. James will be loading them. Angela's climbing mountains, and James still buggering around in the production booth. That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
But are you happy up there with a bra? Look at that.
That was a monastery. That was monastery. That wasn't. This is not the Everest.
That's not
summit.
Everest, James. You fool! Don't you know the difference?
Yeah, James. I mean, look at the slant of the slope
Really?
there.
And also, I mean, you can tell that is a C cup.
I think so.
Yeah, it's a C. I'm good at this. It's my superpower.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell a cup size.
That's more like
wow. Oh, that looks cold. And now you've got your oxygen on there, right?
Yes. So you can see my my suit is frozen from the top. If you can see it in
And
front.
Angela, what does it cost to do this? Because you have to raise the money or get the sponsors or to make it happen. It's not just I've decided one day I'm gonna climb a mountain. What does it cost?
All the mountains. Since I was climbing Kilimanjaro, I have to raise fund.
Yeah.
I raised 250,000 rand for caring for girls.
Wow.
Yeah.
But how much does it cost you to go there?
It's almost 500,000.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's so much to do behind the scene. You prepare, you pack, you get the right gears, getting the right expedition company. You know, it's a lot of homework to do behind.
And then
the
they
scene.
give you a blind Sherpa for you. I mean, really, it sounds like a bad deal.
No, my Sherpa.
You should get me to argue on your behalf. I'll do the negotiation for you next time. So what are you going to...
I should have brought you there.
Well,
exactly.
I'm not going... Let me tell you, I know for a fact I will never, ever climb Everest. It's never going to be a thing for me.
But you know what? I was thinking that you actually climb your own mountain.
Oh, please, I do nothing.
Really?
I sit here like a slob.
No, but you know what? I remember 10 years ago, I was there at one of your speech. It was in Pretoria somewhere.
Huh?
You gave a speech to a lot of entrepreneurs that time. And you were saying, I didn't even have... Like for a few years, you didn't even have your salary. But you're making sure you pay your people. But look at you now. You know, those days I
still don't have a salary.
Oh, sucks. I remember, those days 10 years ago. No one actually do anything about
you're an
podcasts.
entrepreneur too. I mean, you're a great example of someone who you love this country. You're a massive part of South Africa. I see you out there all the time doing wonderful things like you're doing. And people would say, well, why are you doing this? You care more than most of us. Why do you think that is?
I think it's going back to being a Buddhist.
So that's a big part of the... Obviously the story with your mum, you said, also inspired you in some ways, being a Buddhist. But this country has need, right? And where there's need, people who want to help solve the problem, they're just drawn to it. It's like gravity.
I think we talk about it. We all talk about it. But what do you do about it? I think that's the things. And you really have to make the most... I think going to Everest is a big commitment.
Yes. Hell yes. It's probably one of the... People have all the metaphors that we've already mentioned in this discussion. Climbing the mountain, going to the top, summiting. When world leaders meet, it's called a summit because they're there to solve the biggest problems. And it must be a very, very cool thing. I know that it must have been arduous at the time, and you were doing it for non-selfish reasons, which is remarkable to me. But it must feel good to know when you get into bed at night and they tell the story of Angela Yeung all these years from now when none of us are around anymore. They'll say she also climbed Everest. It's quite cool, right? I think that's a phenomenal thing to have on the CV. Walked to the roof of the earth.
For a reason.
For a very good cause and a very good reason. Listen, I love seeing you, and thank you so much for coming to see us. And keep doing the wonderful work that you're doing. We're seeing so many inspiring people this morning that make me feel like we all need to do more.
Thank you.
So very well done.
Gareth.
And congrats. I mean, it really is tremendous, the things that you have done so far in this country and the things that you managed to do to climb the highest mountains in the world. You're a very inspiring human being.
Thanks, Gareth.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Angela. What a pleasure. It's Angela Yeung. You can find out more. She's called Impilo, by the way, on social media. So you can find her there too. And you get all of her stories. Keep up with her. See what she's up to. She's a phenomenal and interesting person. And please give Jen my love too. I haven't seen her. She's still in Philadelphia. She must come and visit us sometime. Incredible story. So go and follow all the details. We'll put up all the stuff in the descriptions of the podcast as well. All right, Ben, let's talk a little sport because you mentioned you gave us a teaser earlier of a bit of football action. But what's happening? I asked Jonathan about the rugby and he's like, you idiot, next week, not this week.
Next week's huge, Gareth. It's absolutely massive. So...
give me for the benefit of people like me who didn't watch the rugby on Saturday.
So the last 2 weeks, I think the Boks have looked a little bit off colour. Ellis Park, they got it wrong in many ways.
Right.
They threw the ball around like it was some sort of festival game, and that's not how you play test rugby. It's a bit like going to a cocktail party with no pants. And then even though people weren't enjoying the sight of your no pantsness, you're like, well, fuck it. This is who I am today.
Right.
Sometimes you just can't play that fast and loose in life. And then in Cape Town, they were better, but still, stupid mistakes. And yes, they won by 8 points. But I really do believe that Russie's put a lot of eggs in this basket of beating New Zealand in New Zealand. So if you think about it, this team, this generation, they've beaten the British and Irish Lions. They've won the World Cup twice.
Yeah.
They've won the Rugby Championship. They've got the Nelson Mandela thingy, which means we've beaten New Zealand in the Rugby Championship. We have all the accolades. But
We've gotten used to winning.
We have. So we got used to winning, but we haven't had the opportunity to go to New Zealand and play them at Eden Park, which they haven't lost at in 50 years. So 1994 was the last time someone won
That'd be a real kick in the teeth, huh?
It's one of those things that if you want to be a legacy like history team, you need to have the big accolades. You need to have the big scalps. You need to have like the various trophies. So this is like collecting Thanos's rings, diamonds, whatever it is. This is it. And I think Russie and his team have put so much into how do they peak for next weekend that they came up short against the Aussies. They literally were. So the cool thing about this is that now they get to go on tour. They get to zone in properly. There's no like distractions. There's no you must go to this meeting and there's a fucking Supersport wants you to do this and some blogger wants you to hold this.
Yeah, right.
And all this stuff, like there's a lot of sponsors with the Springboks, right?
Oh yeah, and they really have to suck a lot of sponsor dick.
And these oaks don't give a toss. I mean, they like to get paid and stuff, and they're obliged to, but they get torn from pillar to post. Whereas in New Zealand, they're playing rugby and they're focusing on the match. So I think New Zealand just lost to Argentina. They had a pretty horrible performance against Argentina. I think it was in Buenos Aires. So every team in the Rugby Championship has won one and lost one. And the Boks are now on tour. And these oaks, every guy likes to be on tour. Also, they're away from their wives and girlfriends. They're with their mates. I mean, like Brian Abanda said, it's two episodes ago on the Bounce Show. He said, the cool thing about rugby tours, it's like being with your mates on tour. Like people pay money to do this kind of stuff, and they get to do this professionally. So they're in a good place. I'm very excited about next week. It's a huge, huge match, and we need a break to get into this.
Well, Bitcoin Boot wants to know: would you put money on the All Blacks
for that game?
No,
I'm back in the box to win this game.
Okay,
they got to win this game at Eden Park. And yeah, it's so difficult to maintain intensity in life, and that's what the Boks actually struggle with. That's why Russie and all those guys, they're trying to do different things just so you can maintain intensity, keep the guys guessing, keep them fresh, keep like all relationships.
Yeah, right.
When it becomes predictable, it becomes a bit stale.
Well, that's why I said we've got used to winning, and I think we've also, as fans, we don't handle a loss terribly well after weeks and weeks and months and months, years and years of winning.
Because it's also quite nice to be not arrogant, but like cocky, confident.
Sure.
Especially against your old foes.
Sure.
Like, we don't want to fuck around with Australia. We want to abuse them.
How are New Zealand looking?
So they've got a couple of injuries, but they've got a smarter way of playing now. They went through a bit of a time where they're a little bit soft, maybe lacking a bit of teeth in their tight five.
Let's call it the Jacinda Ardern time.
Definite knock-on effect from having a horse or a prime minister. But they've definitely got back. And I think last week was also another wake-up against Argentina. They must get back to more of their roots and become a lot more solid. So I think it really is. Ireland, France, you guys can say what you want. The biggest game in the world is always SA versus New Zealand. And that's what we got. We got that to be excited about next week. So it's a 9 o'clock game, so breakfast beers.
Okay.
So next week we're going to
That's nice because sometimes it's been at very awkward times when they play in South America or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, that sucks because that's like really late. So you really got to push in. And you're so stuck in by that stage. You battle to actually watch the game. So next week, it's a precursor to 2027, of course.
Oaks are going to get hammered early.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Look, Angela just said, when you're doing something great, there is no time. All it is about is your next step, your next
She's
brandy.
Right. She's
and
very
whether
wise.
That's in the morning or in the afternoon, it doesn't matter.
I'm totally in agreement, Ben.
So we're actually going to do a feature next week about what's the most palatable breakfast beer, because 2027, the World Cup's in Australia. So all your beers are breakfast beers. So we need to start planning.
Sounds like the kind of opportunity that if I were a beer brand I'd be hopping right on board with.
Guys, beer. What's your breakfast beer?
Yeah, I mean, come on, stop messing around.
We need
this
to
is what you
find
need.
the breakfast beer of the nation because ultimately that's going to be the thing. But Gareth, let's not get too much into that.
One quick thing Tracy says here on rugby, and then we can move on. All Black Twitter was brutal this week. New Zealanders don't like losing.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Look, All Black Twitter, those people. Guys, I just think that I don't have the time to actually look at these people.
No,
I really don't. I just think that our team is good.
We don't have
We're going to get it done, and that's all we should think about now. Big news this week is the Ryder Cup's happening in a few weeks. Massive deal, end of September. So, of course, America's taking on Europe. They never win away. So, like the last time...
I had to remind myself what the Ryder Cup was.
Yeah, it's a big golf. So... home advantage is so big there. Like Europe's got a good team, but I think they're going to get thrashed, like they got thrashed last time at Whistling Straits. When America goes to Europe, they get thrashed as well. So America had this conundrum where Keegan Bradley, he's only 39. Now he was asked to be the captain of the Ryder Cup team, which is normally like an honor, like a retired great.
Oh, right.
Now,
sort of thing Gary might end up doing. If
Gary was captain of the President's Cup team, like Jack Nicklaus was the captain.
Yeah, right.
But now these tournaments have got to a stage now where the retired greats have all been used, and there aren't any left.
Oh,
so,
shit.
like, Europe's got Luke Donald. Like, the guy never won a major, you know. Keegan Bradley won one major when he was younger, but he's 39. He's trying to get into the team himself, and he was snubbed 2 years ago. Like, he should have been there. He's a good enough player. And then this year, he's one of the best golfers in the world. But you can't captain and play. It's just a no-no.
Okay.
But people were saying, like, fuck it, dude. You got snubbed 2 years ago. Pick yourself, do everything, and don't care. But he eventually this week, he rolled over and he was all diplomatic and nice and
humble.
Even Trump said, dude, captain the team and play. Like,
Right.
you've earned the right. So no, he rolled over and said, look, the team win is the most important thing for me. Therefore, I'll just be the captain. That sucks. So, yeah, he named the team.
You know what?
So,
That kind of thing, and I see it happen a lot in, it's people virtue signaling. And obviously, we love truly humble people who've achieved things. If you've achieved things and you're humble, that's terrific.
Yeah, it's nice.
If you've done nothing and you're humble, nobody gives a shit. Your humility is worthless.
Zero. Yeah.
But I do think that kind of the glow, the patina you get from being humble and putting other people first and all that stuff, that works, but people don't have a memory of it. It in that moment, they're like, oh, what a nice guy, you know, selfless and thoughtful and really doesn't do what he needs. He's thinking about all the other people. It's great. What a terrific human being. I mean, the sports is a good place to talk about this as any, because we see it in politics and society and everywhere. But I don't think it lasts long. I think that people forget that stuff very quickly. Whereas if you go and you win, people don't forget it. That goes into the history books.
I would love to see him back in, because how it works is you get the 6 automatic guys who you earn through points through the season. So they're absolute locks. So JJ Spawn, Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Russell Henley, Harris English, and Bryson DeChambeau. They automatic qualifiers. But then you look at the captain's picks, the other guys. Keegan Bradley is better than Justin Thomas. He's better than Colin Morikawa. He's better than Ben Griffin, better than Cameron Young, better than Patrick Cantlay, and better than Sam Burns.
Patrick who?
He's such a prick, this oak. I mean, he
Patrick
takes like
who?
Patrick Cantlay.
Cantlay?
He's a cunt. He really is. He's
really?
like the least likable person on earth. And he takes forever over the ball. He's so slow, and he's just a shit. There's no other way to describe him. So he's better than all these oaks, but he had to pick them because he puts the team first. Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, Keegan Bradley,
Right.
I will
luck.
now be absolutely supporting Europe, because that's not the vibe I like.
Okay.
We've got to get back to Curry Cup.
Okay.
Because now we've got this lull, there's no Bok games. Curry Cup's like all action, right? And the Bulls are still shit. They're still in 6th. The Sharks are still shit. They're still in 7th. And Western Province still haven't won a game.
Yeah.
So they're almost kind of out of it now. The Cheetahs and Boland are like
No,
top
who
of the
knew?
log.
Who
Top
knew
of the
that?
log.
It's the time for the Cheetahs.
5 games in, and these Oaks are top of the log.
Yeah.
Because they're in the semis. So lekker. Greek was the 3rd, Lions are 4th. So that's probably actually going to be the semis. But this weekend, Cheetahs versus Griquas in Bloem tonight, Friday night.
That's at the
under lights
at the Stoffel Bezuidenhout Stadium or whatever it's called.
great.
Right.
So what a time to be alive in Bloemfontein. And then tomorrow, Lions versus Bulls at 3, Sharks Boland at 5, Western Province Pumas at 7. So it's a full house of Currie Cup this weekend. And then, football's obviously the major thing to get into. So let's not really skirt around that any longer.
Okay.
Man United lost to Grimsby this week.
Okay. That's embarrassing because nobody can even point to Grimsby, not even English people who live in Grimsby.
Grimsby's like a pub side.
Yeah.
Like
it's like a bunch of dads.
It's, I mean, no disrespect to them, but it's like the 4th tier.
Yeah.
They're they're down there. Like they're in.
The captain is a guy called Onslow.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the guys went to work the next day after winning this game.
In mine.
But Man United are. Man United are just, they're not a serious team.
No.
So
to lose to Grimsby that's ridiculous.
And it wasn't like they're like, okay, guys, let's play our B team because we're focusing on the league, that kind of thing. No, their stars were there.
Wow.
They were 2-0 down. They managed to fight back to 2-2, and then they lost in penalties 12-11.
But this is something that you and James can both celebrate because both of you hate Man United, right? Everyone really thinks Man United's just a joke.
I know, guys, but it's not funny anymore. Like,
I mean, there are a couple of Indian oaks in like Lenasia or wherever. They're still big fans.
I have friends who are Man United fans who are now
they bought
toothless.
the sticker and now they.
But like the thing is, now they're toothless. So there's no fun ripping them off. It's like kicking. It's like kicking a dustbin.
Okay.
This is no fun. And the thing is, and they can never fight. They can never fight back either. So now I've lost all these people that I can no longer fight with. I like to fight with people, and I've lost a section. They're gone.
Okay.
Because for the rest of the season, they cannot say anything.
Because Grimsby fucked them up.
Guys, you lost to Grimsby. Like they could, it's just done. Even in the first game of the season, Arsenal beat Man United, and it was like, yeah, cool, but it didn't mean anything. Now it means even less than shit. It's like having an altcoin or an NFT.
Yeah. NFT. That's
Man
what
United
it is.
are an NFT basically.
Yeah.
So I've thought
they
some
got
prayers.
sponsors still.
Yeah, but they're so bad. They're so bad, Gareth, at everything. Not just kicking the ball. They're so bad at business. Like their spreadsheet of players, they're so fucked. They're like they buy high and then they sell them low. They are so shit at everything. And like even this week, like Chelsea, who just collect players.
For someone who says you run out of steam for insulting Man United fans, you've really come up with a lot of pearlers this morning.
Like Chelsea basically are like running a human trafficking organization at the moment because they are buying people every week. They threw them a bone this week. They bought one of their young stars, but nobody wants to fucking play anymore. Another guy who says like, look guys, I don't want to leave the club, but I want to play somewhere else. I want to put me on loan or something. I just want to be here right now. It's like it's cuck. It's like being at a party. There's no chicks. The DJ shit. There's no booze. And it stinks. That's what Man United is right now. Nobody wants to be there. None of that was rehearsed. Let's get back to actual teams, guys.
All right.
Actual teams.
Have you had enough, or should we push him for more? It's like being at a party where there are no girls. The music is shit and it stinks.
Yes. No booze. Fuck. It's just the worst. It's the absolute worst.
Okay, that's great.
So Chelsea are taking on Fulham. First game on Saturday at 1:30. Man United will be strutting out against Burnley at 4. and this is what they got to look forward to now. Old Trafford, the old theatre of dreams, the place where Sir Alex would spit on the field and shout in his Scottish accent at talented players. They now welcome Burnley, going, "Jeepers, guys, let's really hope we can win this one." Burnley, and Burnley are going to go there. Like swinging dick. That's how bad these Oaks are. Burnley. Teams used to have fear going to Old Trafford. Like they used to get off the bus shaking like a shitting dog. Burnley now they're picking up Manchester chicks on the way to the change room. Like that's where we're at. Spurs at the moment are very confident because they just beat Man City, so they'll take on Bournemouth at 4. And then Sunday's huge, eh? Brighton versus Man City's one kickers off at 3. Liverpool Arsenal at 5:30. James, you going to come to Benchwarmers? 5:30. Yes, I'm down. Cool.
All right.
So James will rock up at the bar, and like two respecting gentlemen, we will abuse each other because our teams have value.
Okay.
There'll be a Man United Oak in the corner, cowering, no mates, like the same drink for like 3 hours because he hasn't got the money or the fortitude to go and order something else. It's going to be sad. And James and I will both point at him.
Yeah,
Not
and
laugh, but we'll be openly disparaging.
Yes.
It's basically like a
But
homeless
that's
man.
part of the fun.
Well, there's no more
See,
fun for them.
taking pity on losers is the wrong thing to do. You must mock them relentlessly.
But they have to have a value to be mocked.
Mm.
It's like you can't mock the downtrodden.
No, you don't kick an orphan.
No.
No,
and Man United are basically like orphans with no teeth and scurvy.
But you can kick their supporters.
The same person, same people.
Well, there are only about 5 left. It's like the Good Party or Rise Mazanzi or something.
Yeah. So, guys, that's basically it. Like, bow down to the greatness of what Arsenal versus Liverpool is as a spectacle this weekend. There's going to be a smattering of other sports, obviously the Currie Cup, and then locally the PSL, which, of course, if you want to appreciate football, watch that because it's not great. It's okay. It's average. But the guys try hard. Saturday, Stellenbosch versus Sundowns. Okay, big game. Big game at 3. And I also think the game this week between Sundowns and Chiefs was so cuck because maybe those oaks aren't used to such big crowds. So they freeze a bit in the moment.
Yeah, well, then fucking get with it.
Get better.
I mean, people are paying for tickets. They give them a show.
Gareth, it's $60, let's be honest. Okay. Golden Arrows versus Chiefs. The Chiefs are going to be back in action. So all the Man United fans who support Chiefs, this is probably your best part of the weekend right here. That's at 5:30. Sekokune versus Durban City. That's a big one because those two teams have started bloody well. And then the main game. This is the derby we've been waiting for the whole season. Right. Flex's team, Orbit College versus TS Galaxy. So we got the intergalactical affair between...
Flex, we tried to buy you a shirt, an Orbit's shirt, but they were sold out.
Flex, they were sold out. I don't know who their supplier is, but they only had like 20s. You go on the websites, sold out.
Yeah, sorry, dude.
Flex, it was $600. So when you do finally get the shirt, just know that you're worth $600 to me.
Yeah. Quite a lot, hey?
No, guys, that's the big one here. Orbit College versus TS Galaxy, 8 o'clock Saturday.
Right, we know where Flex will be,
and
but
then,
what will you be supporting?
And then Chipper versus Pirates Sunday at 3. But yeah, like the golf goes into like the DP Tour now is going to climax towards the November thingy. Ryder Cup's the big deal. Cricket we'll get to at some stage again.
Yeah.
But yeah, English Premier League, huh?
All right, well, we've buried every Man U supporter in the back garden now. It's done.
No sympathy, but I kind of feel for where you are. Because you need legacy teams to be strong. You do.
I got a couple of questions and comments for you here, Ben. So first of all, a compliment from Justice Lasilo who says, Ben, I saw your YouTube video of Sun City. Thank you. I'm planning to go there. It was very informative.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I made that ages ago. Shit, that was 6 or 7 years ago.
How can Ben say Flex is worth the price of a Mahosha? That's rude, says Bitcoin Boots.
I said no such thing.
Okay. Speak about, Vyasan says, how Liverpool is going to whip the Gunners.
No.
Well, I think you probably misread Ben's read here for the Liverpool.
No, he's a Liverpool fan, just being a Liverpool fan.
Okay.
No, look, Liverpool's obviously huge. They're the best team in the league. Slowish kind of start, and they know how to finish. But Arsenal, guys, this is the season.
For breakfast beers, people are saying Zamalek, Ben. Zamalek.
I see why they're saying that, but okay, everyone's palate's different. It's a heavy beer, it's a sweet beer, and it's a strong beer.
Okay.
That's not what you want to kick things off with.
You want light, pale ale shit, do you?
Look, I'm also a fan of an old school stout, eh?
Really?
Especially if it's a little bit colder weather.
I have to tell you that there is very little about beer that appeals to me at all. But I do think on a hot day, and the days are getting warmer, which I'm delighted about, on a hot day in the middle of summer, the first sip of a fresh beer is magnificent.
Amazing.
But after that, it just deteriorates with every passing moment.
Yeah, it gets heavy. Like I love drinking beer over 30 degrees Celsius. As in, my world must be 30 degrees Celsius, and that beer must be about 5.
Yes.
I'm going to Thailand in 2 weeks, and that's great beer drinking conditions.
You'll be playing golf there.
Yeah, I'm going on a golfing trip to Thailand.
That's great.
Fact-finding mission.
Yes, of course.
For us golfers here. And there, it's a sweaty place.
And while we're talking about golf, I noticed you talking about live golf on the bounce this week.
Yeah.
If anyone missed the episode yesterday, you can watch it anytime you want. But what is the state of play with live golf and the PGA and things like the Ryder Cup. I mean, how does it all factor in?
Yeah,
where does the power lie?
It's a tough one, Gareth, because 2 years ago, basically, the powers that be came together and said, guys, we're going to work this out. And we've heard nothing else.
Do they need Trump to organize a summit?
Trump then basically said to them that you need to sort it out, and there was going to be those really positive rumblings. It's a weird one because
a lot of people are saying if he can't put golf together, how could he sort out Ukraine, Russia?
See, the thing is, I don't think golf needs to be together. I think now that we've had a fair amount of time to actually look at this, and I think Liv's great because I don't think it's competing. I think it's its own complete entity. And all these people who are butthurt about things changing and love a bit of a moan, they don't actually understand what Liv's role is. So when it comes to this country, for example, and we touch on this in the show, and I won't get into it because Bitcoin Butch is going to get upset that there might be overlap between me being here and me being on my show. But it's bringing so much attention to golf.
That's kind of the point.
It's bringing so much attention to golf, this event, that suddenly people will give a shit about the Sunshine Tour.
Right.
They'll give a shit about other events. And that's what we want. We want a world where more people play golf. And Liv is doing a great job with that. So all these people who are going, but it's this and it's that and Saudi money, blow it out your ass. It's all about getting more people to play sport. And that's what I've always been a massive, massive fan of. I want more women playing sport. I want more old men playing sport.
Old men, yeah.
Everyone must play more sport. And Liv's whole thing is it's bringing a whole new audience. And I almost feel, this is the last thing I'll say on it, I almost feel everyone outside of Liv is like pissed off that Liv's doing something that they couldn't. It's like the whole thing about mainstream media when podcasting came out. It's like mainstream media was so upset that outsiders were creating growth. They were creating something new. And I think people just be honest. Like, Liv's done something cool, acknowledge it, celebrate it, and just appreciate it's part of what it is.
Okay.
It's not trying to compete. It's not like those disparaging, stupid...
So in other words, it's not an either or. You can have both.
It's not, again, and I blame Twilight all the way back in the Team fucking Werewolf and Team whatever.
Yeah, that Twilight really ruined a lot.
Fucked the world.
Yeah.
It was Team Jacob versus, I don't know, Team...
And those people, none of them had any personality.
They were terrible.
Terrible people.
So we stop thinking it's this or that.
Yeah, right.
It's a big harmony of lots of great things.
Okay, so Hwenemi wants to know, is there an age gap for entering the golf sports scene? So obviously this person is thinking about maybe starting golf. Is there an age cap?
No, not the slightest. Because there's so many different things you can enjoy with golf. Like, you can go to the driving range, you look around, you'll never see the same person.
Okay.
There's different tees on every single golf course, so
it's very good for old. In fact, the older you are, I'd say the better it is.
Get out there.
Get walking and stretching, and get your shoulders right.
Yeah,
you know?
it's a
stuff
sport
you can do.
It's a sport that takes you outdoors while keeping you in a close proximity to a bar. So what isn't there to love?
Yeah, I see this.
You don't have to put oxygen on your face. You're not going to lose your fingers. You're not going to get stung by a fucking jellyfish. Like, guys, it can't get any better.
Yeah, Jacqueline says you got to be a special kind of crazy to climb mountains like Angela is. Well done. What a feat. Yeah. You could rather just play golf.
My Everest tomorrow is trying to break 75 at Royal East.
That's your plan?
Unlikely currently, but that's my Everest tomorrow.
All right, very good.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is good. Cunning Stunt has less compliments for you. Cunning Stunt says, Ben was so gung-ho about the sporting weekend that turned into a disaster all round. Love your positivity, but very happy I'm not a betting woman because I would have followed Ben's tips and lost all my money.
Absolute bullshit. Are you berating me for being excited or positive in life? Fuck right off.
Ben, listen, I want to ask you about something completely unsports related. No one ever talks about English cuisine, right? Because it's shit.
Mostly.
All right, so I found someone had the temerity to put this up on Instagram and say this is proud English cuisine. Have you got that picture of all the different English cuisine? None of these things on this list are in the slightest bit exciting to me. All right, so I'm going to go from the top. Let's take a look.
I eat a lot. I'm hungry right now.
Okay, fish and chips. Do we approve?
I would have it, yes.
Okay, fish and chips, I'm going to say that's all right.
Yeah.
Sunday roast, but the way it looks there, it's all just bread.
Look, there's a bit of a...
Sunday roast is good.
Sunday roast, you got to get a bit of beef, and you get a bit of breadish stuff, yeah.
Shepherd's pie beef Wellington, I could do without, never need to have it again in my life. Bangers and mash, also stupid thing. Steak and kidney pie, revolting. Hardly ever contains what it says. Lancashire hot pot rubbish.
What the fuck is that? What's hot potting?
I don't know, but it looks horrible.
Chicken
So I'm
tikka
just gonna write it
masala
off.
Indian.
Yeah, no, that's Indian. You can't say chicken tikka masala. Not available. Sorry. Full English breakfast. Now we're talking.
No, okay, so this is where I have a problem.
Why?
Why is there a hot tomato on a plate at any stage of your
come
life?
on. It's part of the English breakfast.
Sausages made mostly contain scrotum.
Yes.
That fried egg, just one. Guys, the important thing about breakfast is having eggs, and he skirting around with. No,
They do a fry up, Ben. They put everything in the pan.
I'm just
English fry up. You know what we're talking about.
I get it.
We
but
don't need toad in the hole. We can ignore that. Cornish pasty, revolting. Ploughman's lunch looks revolting. Game pie, revolting. Steak and an ale pie, revolting.
Easy. Hang on a second. Scotch pie, actually not bad.
Come on.
No. Bubble and squeak, fuck right off. Jelly, no. Yeah. Look, it's not a great list,
Bubble
guys.
and squeak. I mean, give it a. What is it really? That's a euphemism. You're trying to hide what it really is. Haggis. That's Scottish. You can't claim that as British. I know they say UK cuisine at the top, but I'm sorry. That's as Scottish as the day. Jellied eels, and then black pudding. They have the cheek to
mash.
put black pudding. You know what black pudding is?
It's
blood.
Yeah.
It's just blood. It's congealed blood. What a revolting idea to put that up and present it to the world as cuisine.
But if you notice,
Brits ought to be embarrassed about it. I really think since, I don't know, I'm probably John Major, it's been a steady decline. Britain is now at the Keir Starmer levels of embarrassment where this qualifies as cuisine. Gentlemen, producers, is there anything on that list that you would be just desperate to eat? Anything? No.
See, the full English, otherwise known as the full Del Hayes, that's probably the most famous.
Yeah.
But if you notice, there's no chicken on here.
No.
We're scrapping the curry. It's why do they hate chickens?
I love a good bangers and mash.
Yeah, you're a bangers and mash
Yeah.
kind of guy, James. Yeah, I can pick that up. But guys, again, sausages. That's
you don't know what's in there.
You don't know what's in there. People make it because they're expecting war.
The hooves, the ears, the trotters, the
It's the same
snout.
thing. Same thing when you're making pies. You
can hide anything in a pie.
Look, I think like pub culture did a hell of a lot to this. So when you're drinking beer a lot, these foods make sense.
And lazy cooks. Lazy cooks. This is not. No wonder the French look down their nose on the English and the way that they eat. No wonder they've got such an obesity problem in England. Look at there's nothing on that menu that's healthy. Not one thing.
I want to know what's in a Lancashire hot pot.
God almighty. Look it up, James. Let's see what's in a Lancashire hot pot. Let's be frightened. This is scarier than the orcas. I would not feed that to a homeless person.
I wouldn't feed that to a Man
I would not feed that to a homeless person.
I wouldn't feed that to a Man United fan.
No, well, that's quite something. Bitcoin Bit says we're lagging, James. You fucked up. Okay, but he's blaming you anyway. Steak and kidney pie, please, says Bitcoin Bit. Really?
So if you get a pie right, so if you're ever driving, I've told this story before. If you're ever driving through Beaufort West, the first place to stop on the left, it's like a shittier garage than the engine, which is further down.
Yeah.
But stop there because they make the greatest pies on earth. So you can get a lamb pie, and it's like proper lamb, just beautiful meat, and it's like fresh. You get that right. The pastry's almost like you don't even notice.
Okay,
it just works.
It's really good.
But the steak and kidney pie you talk of,
no.
It's just
revolting.
The thing about kidney is that it's an acquired taste for people who like that, but it's a very definite, bit of a shitty consistency.
I'm not going to have it. I'm sorry.
I'd rather have steak. It's like,
yeah. Tell us what's in a Lancashire hot pot.
Is James on the microphone there?
Yeah, he is. No, they can hear
it. Talking raw.
It's all right. Common sense lying here in the comments. I saw Gareth eating 2 pies the other day at a garage. Lies. Absolute lies. I have not eaten a pie in years.
That would be the most scandalous picture someone could actually share with you.
That would be the most embarrassing
like
thing.
You could be in an alleyway with a bachosha. The pie would be a greatest shame.
Yeah.
would be a much greater shame.
Absolutely.
Pulling out of a BP with crumbs down your shirt.
I think I'd have to kill myself if someone took a picture of me eating a pie outside a garage.
Crumbs on your shirt.
Especially if it was a beef and onion pie. Those are the worst. Onion. Those are the ones that smell.
Eating a beef and onion in your car.
If someone warms up a beef and onion pie in an office, everyone has to leave the building.
Out the window.
It's completely unacceptable. Veronica wants to know, is pie code for something else? No, we're actually talking about pies.
Just pies, yeah.
In a rare change of tone on the show, we're not using euphemisms at all. We're actually talking about the pie that you eat. All right, so that's British cuisine for you. I thought you'd enjoy that this morning. And just so you know, if you're going to England for the food, you're going to England for the wrong reasons. Someone posted this picture. Helen Zille is still playing with the idea of maybe running for mayor of Johannesburg, which everyone seems to think, even people who hate Helen Zille think it's a great idea because they really are tired of Joburg being a shithole city, which it is. I know they keep saying this world-class African city, but Trump was right, shithole city.
Look, that world-class Africa city thing, it was a great campaign.
Yeah, it's done.
But it was a campaign that was cooked up in a boardroom.
Yeah, by marketing people who have no idea of what Joburg's really like.
Fucking walked Berea.
Oh, my God. No, you wouldn't make it out. You'd be put in a pie. They'd cook you and put you in a pie.
You would be in King Pie Hillbrow's store. What's in that one? Game meat.
It's a little gamey, but you might enjoy it.
So much falls under the umbrella of game meat in this country here. You know, King Pie is the biggest buyer of zebra.
Really?
No one buys more zebra than the King Pie
Really?
group. Most of those pies, you're getting racing stripes.
Well, here's Helen Zille. She'd sort that out. Here's a picture of her. They should make this the poster. Honestly.
Totally.
Yeah, I think that would be such a great poster. Her, Godzilla storming through town.
Let's not fuck around, guys. Let's give her this chance. It'd be her
amazing.
crowning glory. She's bored in Cape Town, and the DA is probably very, very boring for her as well. Give her
I
Joburg.
think it's enough. She's not. She may be retired, but she's certainly not lacking in energy. I mean, she's got more vim and vigor and spirit than most people I know. So yeah, let her have it. Ben, here's a general knowledge question for you as a sports expert.
Oh, wow.
I have a picture of someone, that woman in front of the microphone that I sent you, and you try and tell me who this is.
It's a woman, so that's a bad start. No, that's Zola Budd.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Easy.
First fucking guess. I'm very impressed.
Yeah.
Zola Budd. They gave her some award this week at the South African Sports Awards. I'm not sure whether that's
guessing
a thing.
lifetime achievement.
Well, I mean, listen. Good for Zola Budd. She was quite a hero once back
And also
in the
quite
day,
a character from what I gather.
I understand
I've never
this,
met
yeah.
her, but
I hear
she's
good
one of
things.
those... I think she's quite a fun tunny, yeah. And she lived in hard times.
Yes. And
she was British, and then she wasn't British, and then she was barefoot, and then
she was
fighting.
accused of tripping that chick, and yeah.
Yeah, I think that chick made a bit of a meal out of it, even if she could have carried on.
She was a professional victim, that other chick.
Totally.
Mary something or another.
No one
Who
cares.
remembers?
No one remembers.
her name.
No one
People
remembers.
remember Zola Budd.
Nobody remembers victims.
Right. So you go, Zola Budd. I'm glad they gave her an award, whatever it is. And then this is, I don't know if this is a true story. I have no reason to disbelieve it, but I'm trying to figure out how it works. This woman had a transplant, and now she can see through her tooth following this rare surgery. Bizarre. I'm not sure how it works. She's been blind for over 10 years. She can now see through her tooth. Have they put the tooth in the eye? Because that's horrific. I'd almost rather not be able to see than have to see through a tooth that looks like that.
Firstly, we're doing so well. I don't need to see this. But secondly, we need some dots joined here because teeth occur in mouths.
Yes. And eyes occur.
Visual abilities occur in eye sockets. So
Yes.
we've got a bit of a gap. We need more.
So I must be honest with you, didn't read the story because I was so put off that I screenshotted it by mistake. You know how you sometimes you grab your phone in fear. You
But
click,
she's
and then I
got.
thought,
They've
could've
given
sent
her
this to
Jar Jar
James.
Binks' eye.
Yeah.
And
No, it's very bad.
James, what's going on
James, try and figure out what's happening here. Will you look it up? Yeah, while you're looking that up, here we get to see something really fun. This is an actual Nebraska senator pandering to some people in the community. This is an actual politician. You know, we often give our politicians a hard time, and they deserve it. I hate politicians. They're all bottom-feeding, parasitic wastes of time. But I almost thought, wow, I'm glad we've got our politicians when I saw this woman. She's a Nebraska senator. And listen to how she behaves when you put a microphone in front of her.
Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. You matter. You matter. And I am fighting for you. And I will not stop. I will not stop today. I will not stop tomorrow. You are loved. You matter. You belong here.
Be the person to say it first,
Wow.
but we've got to start eating right. Spoiler alert, if you're not watching this visually, that woman is fat and unattractive.
Yeah, it's a big problem. But it's
a common thread.
It's not even in the top 10 of her problems, though.
No, I mean, but
because she's got severe mental health issues.
Yes, but I tell you what,
and also this thing of repeating, like I've noticed, if you're dealing with people who don't have a lot of ideas and they have a lot of space in their heads that's empty, they're vacant, they're absent-minded, but I mean the mind hardly takes up any space at all. It's just a howling wilderness up there. These are the people who repeat things over and over again. They love a slogan. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. They say these things over and over again to fill the gap, the void in their head, because they don't actually know what they're talking about. They haven't reasoned it. So when you meet people who have slogans, war cries, logos, dumb messaging for dumb people, basically, you got to realize that these people, if you scratch the surface just a little bit and you interrogate absolutely any part of it to even the smallest degree, their entire house of cards falls apart. It just collapses.
So true.
There is nothing going on there. I just got the most horrific thing. Someone has generated an AI picture of me. I can guarantee you this is not true.
Tian.
No. Of me eating a pie at a garage. James, I've just sent it to you now. This slander must not be tolerated.
Where there's smoke, there's fire here.
I just got it now. Horrified.
If you just got it now,
it's good, huh?
If you just got it now, James will post this next week.
Yeah. Yeah, if we're lucky, we'll get to see it by Friday next week.
What are we still waiting for?
She needs a hug, says people now.
She needs
people
to be
talking about
smacked in the
that,
face with a fish and told to fucking go to the gym.
That's a senator, Ben. People voted for her. People in her district. Remember, there are only 2 senators per state.
Gareth, people
the
voted.
whole state of Nebraska.
People voted. They didn't vote for her. They voted for not someone else. That's how people vote. They seldom vote for someone out of merit.
Hugh is there. We go. Look at that.
Yeah, Gareth, it
looks real as fuck. Huh?
Good pie.
But it looks so real. It's such a made-up picture. I want you to know.
Look, it was your birthday week, so we'll forgive you. But
I did not eat a pie at a garage. This is slander. We'll not tolerate this. We will not abide this desecration of our reputation by pie eating at garage people.
I can spot an AI image. The lighting's too good here. That's you.
Whatever. I will not tolerate this. Okay, so Beavis says make asylums great again. Couldn't agree more. Moondancer says we need to commit that woman. Well, the latest school shooter was trans, says Audrey. These trans people are violent terrorists.
See, but that woman will see that as a triumph because now trans people are doing things that ordinary people are doing.
Oh, right. So that they're joining the shooting club.
Because they are so... Okay. Yep. Guys, a lot of it comes back to... We keep saying it. It's just because it's true. A lot of it comes back to, like, that woman is very unfit, unathletic, unattractive. Her diet mostly revolves around things she's throwing into a microwave.
Yeah.
That comes in plastic.
And I don't think anyone loves that person. I don't think she's ever really received a compliment about anything. She's probably been unattractive all her life. I'm sure that she hasn't really attracted people. She probably writes poetry to herself. She's totally self-absorbed.
She's not an absolute swamp donkey. It's just that she's just never thought that you should actually try harder to be different. It's the whole victim thing. This is me. This is my life. Therefore, I'm now the fucking.
But also,
Patreon for
if I were a trans person and I saw that, I'd be upset with her that she was speaking on my behalf because she's clearly not well, and I would think, if I were in the trans community, I would not want that to be my ambassador.
You're so right. If you've got any self-respect, you don't want to be attached to that.
Yeah, so she's appointed herself like an ally or whatever. And I've never understood this about people who are activists or, they get involved with a cause that no one asked them to do, by the way. It's different if, like Angela, the orphan says to her, well, that's nice for the sanitary pads, bring us some bras. But she's been asked by an orphan. So the orphan said to her, please help us, Angela. And also,
when Angela's doing something, she's raising money the whole time. She's making a difference.
She's doing things for other people. She really is.
These self-aggrandizing activist people, they're just doing it for attention. They're not like, I put 4 hours in today burning something, which resulted in you getting 50,000 rand.
I held up a sign. James, see if you can find those old people. There's a guy that they've just brought back from El Salvador, I think it is. And his name is Camille or something. And there was a bunch of old white liberals chanting a song about this guy. And they basically chant something. It's so bad that I almost shouldn't even subject the audience to it. It's like a punishment. But, it is Friday, and why not? I don't see why I shouldn't spoil your Friday before anyone else gets a chance to. So they chant something like, leave Camille alone. He's our neighbor. Don't touch him, Trump. But it's so bad. Again, it's these slogans, these empty-headed people. Do you think you can find it? Kilmar. Sorry, Kilmar. That's the one. Bring Kilmar home. It is so fucking bad. It gave me... when you hear someone doing something... And I sat through Idols auditions, so I've seen some embarrassing shit. I watched this, and when your asshole actually closes extra tight, and you're like, ooh, that's embarrassing.
You get what I assume is anxiety as well.
Anxiety asshole. It's actually a condition, And you feel like so embarrassed for these people, but they have no self-awareness. So to them, they're imagining. They are picturing in their head, I suppose, like a stadium full of people just going, thank you for standing up for us. They're picturing that they're the heroes of this Kilmar.
There's always that amazing meme of Khaleesi being held up by all the slaves.
Yes, that's the one.
It's like you do this and then you think you're that.
I think that's what a lot of people get in their heads when they take on these causes, whether it's that senator or these people you're about to see. This is going to so disrupt your whole plan for the weekend. I'm just looking so forward to this, especially for the comment section. You've been very mouthy this morning. Let's just see. BP doesn't exist anymore, says RC Swart. No, they do, man. They do still exist, but that photograph is fake. Never play Cards Against Humanity with trans people, says Kali. I think that would be a problem, hey? Yes, you did eat that pie, Gareth, and you liked it too, says Judas. Hot pot is a stew, according to Vyasan. Why is that important? Because the English cuisine. Tracy says that's not Gareth, that's the Prince of Belgium. Veronica says delusions of grandeur is more common than previously believed. You guys, you lose me when there isn't a context around this thing. So I suppose you're talking about the protesters, people who take up a cause. And if that's true, Veronica, then I completely agree with you. I want to show you this video. Have you got it yet, James? Oh, my God. Okay, Tuesday next week, we'll get the video.
We'll just come in, all of us just come in for the 10 minutes.
All right, quick thing I also wanted to throw in while we're waiting for James to upload this video, because it'll take a long time. There is an Australian I think you'll like, Ben. They finally found a real Australian. Since Crocodile Dundee died and Kevin Bloody Wilson stopped making songs, Australia really has lost all of its personalities, become like a Canada or a Britain light, but with a lot more liberalism. They got shitty politicians who really just, they're a dime a dozen.
Well,
nobody knows who the Prime Minister Australia is because they change all the time.
And they think Australia Day is offensive because how Australia was formed
it's
is offensive.
basically everything that is Australia is just not acceptable to them. But I found this guy wears a cowboy hat. I don't know what his name is, but he is a proper Australian.
When last did you hear an Australian called Bruce or Mick?
Well, it's probably Mick. I think this is his name because this
together,
guy's
guys.
a proper guy. Show them Mick first, then we'll come to the protesters afterwards. Look at Mick.
I want their names because we have had a tradition of toleration. These people are not tolerating us. So you don't tolerate us, we want you out of this country, right? Because this country is fed up with your, we must be nice to everybody. Well, I'm not particularly nice to people that crossed the border, invaded another country and murdered over 1,200 people. Tick the boxes. Do they have democracy? Do they have rule of law? Do they have Christianity or some similar belief system? Do they have egalitarian traditions? Do they have industrial awards? Now, if they don't tick the boxes, they don't come here. If you have anti-Australian sentiments, then get the hell out of my country.
Now, that's a real Australian.
None of that was unreasonable.
No.
None of that was unreasonable.
Except I thought he could have thrown in,
He could have
if you
sworn.
don't like my country, get the fuck out.
He could have
said that.
Yeah. And I
Right?
think
Then he
that
would have been an even more Australian.
the fact that an oak of that generation did all of that without swearing is
that's
also
phenomenal.
that's
He's
worrying.
a proper. I mean, that guy's he's a gentleman. By Australian standards, he could marry the
I
queen.
mean, he was speaking modern Australian, not obviously previous Australian,
Sure.
which would have gone get the fuck out of my country.
There'd be a lot more watcher, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's making such good points. It's like you've got to come from a similar sort of belief system
Yeah.
because you need to incorporate into ours. So if you come here with no rule of law,
right,
you have no faith, you have no understanding of industrial anything, you're going to be a shit.
Yeah,
You're not going to be able to assimilate with us.
Did you see that Scottish girl who pulled out a knife and went after some Pakistani oak who was like getting handsy with her sister?
Good for her.
Some Scottish chick, Morag or whatever.
She's no doubt been arrested.
Oh, she's the bad person. She's the perpetrator now, according to the media. She's the evil one. So this Pakistani oak was like
quite rapey by the sounds of things.
He was with a 12-year-old sister. And
That's
he's
very
like
target
interfering with the 12-year-old sister. And so the Scottish chick who's 16, again, she's defending her sister because the government won't, right? She's stepping in because the government won't. So she had, I don't know, a sword or a knife or a machete or something. She's like, don't go near my sister, I'll fucking kill you. And she went like William Wallace on him.
Nice.
Didn't actually hurt him, but she was brandishing it. And he's going, yeah, show them the knife, and making the video. Somehow she ends up being the bad guy. She's defending a 12-year-old sister. I think she should be made a Knight of the Thistle by King Charles III.
Totally.
And they should cut a lock of her orange hair and put it in the fucking castle at Edinburgh, along with the Scottish crown jewels. Good for you, Morag. Good for you. That's a strong Scotswoman, that is. Just
Damn
like
right.
that Australian chap is. Okay, so here it is. After a long wait, and the perfect way for us to end the show is to let you see a bunch of the worst protesters you can possibly imagine. We'll go to a quick comment from Ben. Anything else you want to throw in before the end of the show?
No, guys.
Okay,
Just
good.
happy to be here. Hope
Very
you have a
good.
wonderful
Yeah,
weekend.
I'm really enjoying this Friday thing. I get super excited about it.
Great.
Like by Wednesday, I'm already excited about
And
it.
we'll be here again next week.
Absolutely, we will. And we've got lots to talk about. But before we wrap it up, here they are, these protesters you need to see. Just the most terrible people. I don't know what they think. I'm not sure how it works in their heads. But whatever's going on here, it's not good.
Now!